What's good? What's good? I'm back. Yours truly, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and much, much more. We're gonna skip the ads today. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna bring in a guest straight from Massachusetts. We're gonna have a convo with hip hop artist Easty The Muscle. Let's bring him in. Let's do this little double screen real quick. Bam.
What's up,
What's good?
brother?
What's good? How you doing?
Simmer down. I'm
Oh,
doing
I got
good.
a dog too. I know how it is.
Oh yeah, she'll be talking the whole time.
Yeah, mine might
But
try to jump in my lap here in a few, knowing her.
she'll probably settle down in a minute. She'll just probably come up next to me and just sit right here for a while.
It's all good, man. Dogs are welcome, man. You know, we love dogs over here, man.
Hell yeah. Do I gotta turn the music in the back down? Is that too loud?
I don't really hear it.
All right, perfect.
I
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Making it happen. Another day. Can't complain. Nobody
Okay.
listens anyways.
Yeah, I know that's right. I like to start differently than most people. Like Easty The Muscle. Is that your first rap name?
No.
Let's go with it. Let's go with the first rap name. I like to go with the name before the name.
All right. So back shit. I was in seventh grade. I was in seventh grade.
Okay.
And this kid came up to me. I was the new kid in school. And I was wearing an ACDC shirt. And the way the kid came up to me, it was like gym class or something. And he goes, what are you, some gothic kid or something? I was wearing all black basically, but it was an ACDC shirt. And I was like, no. And he's like, well, what are you, a rapper? And I was like, yeah, sure, fuck it. So
Yeah, fuck it.
yeah. So I mean, I always had like when I was in like fourth grade, fifth grade, I was writing a novel. So I always had kind of like a little bit of an imagination.
Yeah.
That kid ended up playing on my basketball team. The team we were on was called, the sponsor for it was one of the town councilors. So we had this big banquet at the end of the season, and a bunch of the kids came up to the table I was at, and they're like, "Yo, I heard you rap. You got to rap." So like, I kind of just pulled something out of my ass, and seventh grade, it was all right. It wasn't nothing crazy or anything, but this kid that was a few years older, he came over, and then he's like, he heard me, and he's like, all right then. So he's like, what team are you on? And I'm like, oh, it's the counselor's team. And he's like, that's who you are. He goes, you're the counselor.
So that was your first rap name?
First rap name was the counselor.
You know what's crazy about that? J. Cole's first rap name was the therapist.
That's crazy.
So a counselor, therapist, it's kind of like the same thing. So you got your first rap name from somebody else?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And you said,
oh no, go ahead.
And I think you said something about like the first rhyme wasn't all. I don't think nobody's first rhyme was really all that.
No.
I think everybody tried to pull a rabbit out the hat, the first time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm at this banquet. It's all seventh, eighth, ninth graders with me, and all their parents. So I'm trying not to. I got the parents in the background, so I'm trying not to be like, that type of kid that's like out of line, I guess. I don't know.
So how long did you run with the counselor?
Till freshman year of college. So
that sounds like a guy that's that's definitely trying to preach to people, the counselor.
I know, right? And I didn't even spell it like you spell counselor. I made up my own spelling. It was MySpace days. MySpace was big back then.
Yeah.
So I spelled it with a K. There was a 3 in there. But I kind of I wrote that for I started recording in 8th grade, like the end of 8th grade. So I did my initials are Dre, DRE. So
Okay.
when I dropped, I did like, I was selling mixtapes out of my locker and everything in high school. And that was I called it The Life of Dre. And it was like 20 songs. It was, but honestly, and kind of like you just said, I mean, back then I wouldn't even listen to any of those right now. I would to kind of see the growth.
Yeah.
But other than that, I wouldn't take, too much time looking at my old catalog. But I got to college, and one of my best friends from middle school, he was like the first kid when I was the new kid in class.
Uh-huh.
He was sitting right in front of me. So this kid, he turns around and he's like, "Yo, you're the new kid." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And he's like, I don't know, I forget what else he said, but the kid was funny. He lived right around the corner from me. So, but long of the short, I'm walking through my college dorm, my freshman dorm, and he's sitting right in like the rec area.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I didn't know you were living here, or whatever. I didn't even know you're coming here. He's like, well, I don't live here, but the guy that lives right next door to you is my boy. And he has an extra cot, so I've just been staying in his room. So I'm getting ready to drop like my first real mixtape as the counselor by then. Um, Something that I felt good about.
Mm.
And, I got the artwork done for it. I had it all ready to go on Dat Piff. Rest in peace, Dat Piff.
He said, "Rest in peace, Dat Piff."
But so that one we called Waiting for the Future. And I dropped it on New Year's, like January 1st, whatever year that was, 2012. Um, and when I dropped it, the other part of the drop was that I was changing my name. Um,
Okay.
my last name's Eastman, so Easty just came right from there. That was like my nickname from baseball. That was mostly
Yeah.
my nickname.
Yeah.
And that kid who was in the college dorm with me was actually the one who kind of sparked it. He was like, "I'm sick of this counselor shit." He goes, "You ain't the counselor." He goes, "You're Easty." And I was like, "All right, yeah, I dig that." So then, it was Easty, and then the muscle came on as a joke. I don't know. I go to the gym. I work out. I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm not a steroid buffed up, juice head type thing. I definitely love going to the gym, but the muscle doesn't even come from my love for going to the gym.
Yeah.
It just kind of it worked out that way. But
Well, the mob guys, when they said it, called the muscle, those guys were fat as hell. So the muscle was
Zach,
just the guy that you sent to do all the dirty work and stuff, and that nobody wanted to really fuck with. It wasn't necessarily somebody that was built, man.
that's what that and
Yeah.
that's exactly where it came from, because
Yeah.
that's kind of like, I don't mean to get into a bunch of stories, but um, the muscle came because I used to be in a group called the Have Notters, and
The
there
have
was
nots.
Have Notters, HAVENOTTAZ,
Okay.
and there was the name came from my boy Nibs. Um, he loved it was a Shakespeare quote. There are those that have, and there are those that have not. And
Okay.
the have notters was, we don't have nothing. We got drinking problems, we got drug problems, we got this, we got that. But the one thing we do have is music, and we can do
Music.
that together.
Yeah.
So, so fast forward, I'm in the group for 6 months. Actually, speaking of Nibs, so my boy, this is where the muscle comes in. So one of my boys was dating this chick, and she started cheating on him or something. I kind of forget, but then my boy Nibs hopped in, and this was like, Facebook beef. Like my boy Nibs is going at the kid that
Facebook beef. Yeah.
yeah. So like he's going at the kid that she's cheating with or whatever. They're going back and forth, blah blah blah, on Facebook. And this is the day we got a show. I'm picking up Nibs in Fall River, and we're going down to Providence. We had a show that night. So the kid goes, "Yo, I see you got a show tonight. I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna come down to Providence." Da da da. So I go over my boy Chuck D's. He lived in Rockland at the time. Rest in peace, Chuck D's. But I go over there. Chuck and my man Sam Cook are over there, and they're drinking. They're having a good time. Whatever. I go over. I have a drink or two, and they're like, "Yo, you ready to get in a brawl with Nibs tonight?" Because I love Nibs. And he can fight, but he's not the first to throw down. He'll fight when he needs to. He definitely will. I've seen it. But it sounds like they're bringing a crew down, and it's just going to be me and Nibs out there. So I look at Chuck D's, and I go, I just look at him. I go, they don't call me the Muscle for nothing, or something like that, or for no reason or something. And he looked at me. He started cracking up, and it stuck. So then I was Easty the Muscle on Instagram, on Twitter, on everything. But I didn't rap as Easty the Muscle. I was just Easty. So then I added Easty the Muscle, kind of when my boy Sean Mikes, Sean. When Sean brought me into Mass Made right here, Made. So I went with Easty the Muscle then, because if you look up Easty, there's 15, 20, 30 Easties. So I needed to stand out a little more. And, now that I've been in the gym, I'm definitely in better shape than I used to be. So it kind of stuck a little bit more, but, now it's just, but that was the whole point. Like you said, I'm glad you picked up on that, because it was always like, no, I'm just the muscle. I'm the henchman. I'll do what needs to get done.
That's how I was taking it when I, saw the name. I didn't take it as just like a bodybuilder. I was like, oh, he's the guy that, beef goes down. This is the first one over there probably getting down and whatnot. And your story is similar to mine. It's like, it seems like you didn't really choose the rap. You kind of peer pressured into it. Somebody is like, yo, I heard you told somebody you rap, but you didn't rap. And then it's like, I heard you rap, so now you gotta rap.
Kind of.
That's so what it seemed like. Yeah.
So part of it too was my boy Protege. He was in my 7th grade class. He was the only kid in school that rapped at the time.
Yeah.
And I had heard his music, and I dug it. I was like, yo, he used to go by Little Free. And he used to have, like, I remember 7th grade, that fucking Cameron song. Remember Suck It or Not?
There's so many Dipset joints.
It was when he dropped the Killer Season movie.
I don't remember that one specifically.
So, but that was it was a hot beat at the time. And my boy Protege, he's Little Free back in the day. He's this short kid, skinny kid.
You said Little Free? You said Little Free?
Yeah, like Little Freestyle.
Okay.
And he just shortened it down to Little Free.
Okay.
But he went over this Cameron beat, and that was the first song I heard from him, and I was like, yo, like Brendan, you're fire, bro. And he had the studio in his room. Like, we used to record on we had the desktop computer that was huge, and we had like the little mic sitting right in front of it. And he hits record, and you're sitting right in front of the computer just rapping. You're not, and then obviously he built it into more of a studio. But basically, like I said, I knew he rapped, and I was like, I kind of want to align myself with him some way. And then this kid comes up to me like my 2nd week of school or something and says that, and I was like, I guess in my head I'm like,
you're on the spot now.
I'm like, this is my opportunity. Yeah, fuck it. I rap. Fuck it, I do. And I had already fallen in love with it before then. Like, even before I went to that school, like I probably, that was when like G Unit was big, everything like that. So, I had the G Unit sneakers, I had the hats, I had a couple different G Unit t-shirts. And like, I mean, it's going to sound stupid because I'm bald now, but like I used to wear a Jordan do-rag. Like, it was just one of the skull caps. And I had the G Unit hats, and I was always like kind of like matching and everything. Now it's funny. I say I was matching back then because like now I don't really pay attention to it from like obviously I match, but like
Yeah.
I'm not like going out getting the new sneakers just to get the hat to match the, so I have this weird fucking turquoise color or something. That's cool. It's just not what I do. I stick with what I know.
I think everybody gets like that. Younger days, you all trying to match from head to toe. You get older, you just want to dress comfortable. I think when you get older and whatnot. And I'm still
Exactly.
tripping off. I'm still tripping off the T-shirt the whole time. The Yankees sucks because y'all Boston cats.
Oh yeah.
Y'all love the
Hell
Yankees
yeah.
sucks.
Oh yeah, dude. I've had this shirt for like 14 years. My dad. Fun. My bad. Real quick.
You good?
Fun fact.
No, you good.
My dad grew up in Massachusetts. Loves baseball. Yankee fan.
Oh man.
I'm like, come on, bro. I love my dad. But when I bought this shirt, he's like, you're not wearing that shirt in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll wear this shirt wherever I want to. But he's a good sport about it, no pun intended. But
yeah. Let's get into some of your influences, music wise and whatnot, or outside of music. Do you got influences outside of music? Because you could just be influenced by some billionaire or something and apply that to the music.
So I mean, I got a few different ones. One of the biggest ones, and this one's definitely not music related, is Stone Cold.
Okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's actually on Twitter. That's what I made my my Twitter name. I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin. Him. How they do all that I'm him type shit. But
okay.
That persona that he had, and he just kind of, dude kind of took over the world for a few years.
No, he did. Him and The Rock were like on top.
Oh yeah. He's definitely one of my biggest influences. Just as far, like I said, that persona, that attitude, fighting against the machine that was the corporation.
He did have WWE issues he was fighting against as well. Yeah.
Well, even just as part of the storyline, always fighting with Vince McMahon,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The WWE issues he had trying to, because that's the thing. Vince, Hulk Hogan was always put on this pedestal, and you look at Hogan, he was so basic, man. He just did a leg drop, and that was it. I mean, he wasn't doing like what Stone Cold and The Rock were doing. Even their characters just took it to a whole nother level, because Stone Cold was really, when you think about it, his character, was no gimmick to it. It was it was a real character, the beer drinking redneck, I guess you could say, the beer drinking redneck that hunts and drives 4-wheelers and wears the camo. Like I got the camo hat, wearing the camo stuff and things of that nature,
For real.
Stone Cold's a good one. He's a good one. Like, I don't think like all your influences have to be in the music business just to apply it to music. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot.
A couple other ones. I mean, Tupac's one of my biggest ones. Music wise, performance wise. So I used to watch everybody, all these concerts. Like I have the House of Blues concert on DVD. AC/DC is a huge influence on me. I had one of their DVDs live at Donington. So as far as like performance wise, because I mean, I love making music. I love performing in front of a crowd.
That's what it's about.
That's like my favorite shit. Like, and I know people, nowadays people, they got the tracks behind them. They don't really rap over them. It's kind of like they're just, playing the music and they're having a good time with the crowd. I like to perform, get the crowd involved. I'll get in the crowd. I'll jump down there. I'll get everybody involved. And that kind of comes from like, watching different people over the years. And obviously now I'm not a huge fan of him now, but when he first came out, like Machine Gun Kelly, I saw like a few of his shows and like dudes climbing up the light poles. He's flipping upside down in the Middle East, hanging off the sprinkler pipes or whatever. So I was like, yo, that shit always got me. But like as far as like actual music, I'll be honest, it's a lot of people around my way. Like before the group was the Have Notters, they used to be a group called LEG, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Before that, they were
Okay.
Disciples of Ill, DOI. Um, there's this dude that's a handful of years older than me, hands down. He's been going since I was probably in middle school.
Yeah.
He used to do the airbrush T-shirts, and I remember
Yeah.
I bought this one back in the day, and it was I mean I'm 5.5 feet. I don't need to be wearing no 2XL, 3XL, but he had this big old 2XL shirt said Legal Hustle all sprayed on it. It was like one of my favorite shirts for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of those guys were big influences. Slane was a big influence because he was from out this way. Obviously, Method Man, DMX. DMX, huge influence on me. I love DMX. I was big into the game. 50 for a while. I kind of got away from 50 when they
I
had that
still
beef.
love 50 though. I still love 50. He doesn't
Oh,
rhyme over a whack beat ever.
No, I just went and saw 50 last week,
Yeah.
or 2 weeks ago, whenever he was up in Mass.
Yeah.
I like now I'm like, why did I ever not like him? Because it was basically when him and Game were beefing. I was
You
like,
chose a side. You chose a side.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, because I was like, 50 Cent's not dropping 300 bars like that, like because Game did the 300 bars, he did 120 bars, he did 240 bars. I'm like, yo, this dude can just rap and rap and rap. And like that definitely all those 300 bars, all those not
Yeah.
I actually like you ask Sean, you ask anybody around here, that's my famous thing. Like I'll just write verses for like
Yeah.
32, 64 bars, and
Yeah.
like I just write with no hooks. And now I'm doing hooks. I do, I try to branch out a little bit. I actually like so before I took like a couple of years off, partly on my own by my own I don't know by my own doing, I guess.
On accord. On
Partly,
accord. Your own
yeah, on my
accord.
own, kind of like a little bit mutual.
Yeah.
My ex, she didn't really see any. She didn't see the value in it. So it's kind of always like a little bit of an issue. Whenever I'd try to be doing music,
Yeah.
I'd do it a few times, but it wasn't what I wanted to be doing as much as I wanted it to be
Can I
doing it.
stop you for a second?
Yeah,
Nobody ever sees the value in music until it's making money.
that's very true.
It, it's
Um,
it, it's like your parents would be like that, like when you're trying to first rap, like you're never gonna make it. But when you start making money off of it, then it flips. It
oh
flips
yeah.
totally. You know.
Um, but like, so when I came back with Sean and everything, um, I was kind of like, well, I want to make the music that I want to make. I want to do it right. And, I need to add some different, I can't just make a whole album with no hooks and just
Oh yeah,
straight
yeah,
bars
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
way
You can't.
through.
Yeah, you can't be 60. Yeah,
So I basically, I mean, some of my boys are incredible with the hooks.
yeah.
I'm working my way there, but I'm also like at the same point, I don't want to have a feature on every single song on my album just to have a hook on the
Just
album.
to have
So
a
I'm
hook.
like,
Yeah,
so I had to learn it myself. I'm like,
you
I
gotta
have to
step up the hook game. Yeah,
exactly, and I think I've done that, especially with the music that I'm working on right now. Um, it's definitely more. I don't want to say it's pop or anything because it's not pop. I'm still rapping in it. The verses are definitely rap, but like I'm definitely branching out a little bit, singing a little bit more. I don't even know if you can call it singing, but you know, trying different styles, trying to be a little more versatile.
versatile. Yeah, yeah. So, how would you totally define your sound right now?
Um, it's easy to define my old one. My old one was angry. I was always angry.
Angry. Okay.
I was drinking back then. I was doing a lot of other shit. So um, I was having a good time, but I was just kind of always when I was rapping, I was rah rah.
You were
I mean, I
Busta
got
Rhymes. You were Busta
yeah.
Rhymes. Row, row like a dungeon dragon.
Well, and like it still happens, but like when I rap, I got the
Yeah.
veins popping out and
Yeah.
everything. You can see like like I mean, underground music is big influence on me too. So like that Vinny Paz shit, that R.A. the Rugged Man,
Yeah. Yeah.
all that shit. So now I'm definitely calmed down in the music,
Right.
and I'm trying to the sound I'm going for. I'm trying to have my own sound. Still have that hip hop, those bars, like
Authentic, yeah,
that.
the authentic hip hop sound, but your own sound. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm trying to, like I just did a record. It's called Bounce. It's probably be out. I don't know. I want to do this one right because this one, if I do it right, this one's gonna go. Um, so I gotta figure out the video for it. I got one of my boys. He's gonna do the visualizer. We'll do a video. Um, so that one is almost like how would I describe that one? That one, like the beat is almost like a tiger beat,
Okay.
um, which is way different than most shit that anybody ever heard me on. The verses are um, maybe kind of like on like maybe some Jada or some Styles, like P,
Okay.
kind of like
Okay.
still coming with that rugged. I got the rugged voice, but I'm also like
Yeah.
I'm spitting game at these girls right here. So
I,
like, it,
I've always said cats can do that. Like people put themselves in this box and they feel like, well, if I do this, I'm gonna sell out. You don't know really till you try. Styles P didn't want to do the what is it? Locked up, they won't let me out. He didn't want to do that. Nobody was disappointed. It was still rugged. It was still raw. The what he said, the food is garbage. The clothes is orange. It was still grimy
oh
and
yeah,
commercial at the same time. It's just if you're not willing to try it, how do you know if it's gonna work or not? It's
exactly.
just people always be like they just want to put themselves in a box. And like you said something before, you like about well, my album's not pop. See, I don't think there's nothing wrong with hip hop artists going pop because sometimes it happens accidentally, like MOP, Annie Up. That song was mainstream as fuck.
Yeah,
And it was not intended to be a radio mainstream song or club song. It hits. So it happens, man.
even
50
even
Cent, 50
Slam.
Cent, 50 Cent, in the club, all this. He became a pop artist.
Yeah,
It was still the grimiest street artist on the planet at the time.
I mean, so Slam, Onyx,
Oh, Onyx. Yeah, Slam, yeah, Onyx.
that's on like a progressive commercial right now.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
it's one of the most streamed songs
yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Um, and Onyx is like
That's a rugged
and
song. That's a real rugged song. Yeah.
exactly, but
Really rugged.
but the whole world knows it. Let the boys be boys, slam, slam. I love
It's got the
Onyx too.
basketball. It's got the basketball like it makes you think of basketball, kind of like jump around. You know what I'm saying? Jump around's another
Exactly.
one that they play every NBA game. Jump around,
Oh, and everyone goes nuts.
constantly. Yeah, yeah, and they got they had that Boston thing going in the House of Pain early, the first album.
Yeah.
The
Oh yeah, they had
Irish,
that.
the Irish,
I was gonna say,
Boston, Celtic. Everybody
hell
says
yeah,
Celtics. It's really supposed to be Celtic.
yeah. Well,
The Boston
because
Celtics.
I was gonna say because the Celtics themselves
Yeah.
they fucking changed it a little bit. Because I remember when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I seen a Celtic cross, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
calling it a Celtic cross. I'm like, Dad, why is this a Celtic cross? It's not green. And he's like, No, no, it's a Celtic cross. It's Irish. He goes, You're
Yeah.
Irish. You got to know this.
It's
You
kind of
know?
like how we call Genghis Khan. His real name is Genghis, not Genghis. That's what really kind of goes on. We pronounce everything wrong. Totally
That's
everything
America
wrong.
for you.
Yeah. Local scene. What's the local scene like where you're at? Is there any real opportunity out there?
um. So I mean, in my immediate local area, I'm in the South Shore of Mass, so
Mm,
I live about 10 minutes outside of Boston.
okay.
Um, there is like the scene's kind of popping, but it's still like when I was growing up, it was like crabs in a bucket mentality.
Okay.
Um, you know,
Everybody
like
trying to
we
climb over each other. Yeah. To get
exactly
out. Yeah.
like for a while, like slang and terminology were like they were basically the top two dudes as far as rappers go,
Oh
and it
yeah, I
wasn't
forgot
like they
terminology. Who was the other one you said?
slang.
Slain. Okay. I'm not so familiar
Like,
with him, but I remember I got dropped from terminology back in the days.
so I'll know how you know slang. You seen the town,
Yeah.
the driver.
The heavy set cat.
Yeah, that's slang.
And he's been in a lot of movies. He raps.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
raps.
dude.
I did
Oh,
not know he
yeah.
raps. I did not
Finally.
know he raps. Oh shit, I'm learning something today.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
learning
yeah,
something
dude.
today.
He's White Man is the
What?
Devil was his. Yeah, White Man is the Devil was
I
his.
did not
Is his
know
shit.
that. Yeah.
He used to be in La Coca Nostra.
He's like a full-time actor though, too, right?
Now he is.
Yeah.
So he was first.
So it was
He
him and
came up.
terminology.
Yeah, and like they
Okay.
weren't beefing. Like they
But you
didn't
were
have
just saying
beef.
they were the top two. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were. I'm pretty sure they were very competitive.
Yeah.
And Term had Static.
Static Selector. Is he from Boston?
So yeah,
Okay.
Term and Static. They're from Lawrence. I may be wrong about Static, but I'm pretty sure him and Terminology grew up together in
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Okay.
Rex is from Lawrence.
I remember him.
Slane's from Southie. He grew up in the Southie projects.
Okay.
But he used to. I mean, he was in La Coca Nostra. That's Everlast. Danny Boy.
The rap group. Yeah. Ill Bill
Yeah,
and all them. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. And
I didn't know he
so
was
he,
part of that.
yeah, if you know the song "Bang Bang" with Snoop Dogg does the hook. We
I
about to
think I've
bang
heard that
bang.
one. I think I've heard that one.
Slane's got the last verse on it. He's got dude. That verse is like crazy. He said something in it. He's something put the 44 right to your chest like Danny Ainge or something like that. I was like, yo, I mean, I don't know. Slane's a monster. But anyways, so that was like it used to be the crabs in the bucket, and now Slane and Terminology made an album together. Anti-Hero was the album.
Okay.
Probably like 6 years ago, I think. I think it was 2017. Great album, but now I mean you got the Millies popping now, you got Joyner popping now. Now it kind of seems more
Y'all
like
got
people are
somebody
coming
else
together.
too, don't y'all? Y'all got y'all got another cat too out that way.
Well,
He's more on
Bia,
the trap cat. He's on the trap. He does the trap music.
that's Millies,
No, there's the bad dude like starts with a S or
Cousin
something.
Stiz.
Cousin Stiz, yeah. Ain't he from y'all's
Yeah,
way too? Yeah, yeah.
yep, Cousin Stiz from out here. So those guys, no
Y'all got some
disrespect.
heads. Y'all got some heads. Y'all got some heads that are popping. Yeah.
Now we do, and it's definitely more of a community kind of now.
Okay.
I mean, there's this group out here called Still Gold, STLGLD. They just threw the 50th birthday of hip hop. They had a huge. They took over City Hall, had a huge
Okay.
festival. They had Dead Prez playing. Who else? Obviously, Still Gold headlined it. Who else played? This chick Oompa. That chick Bia that just did the song with J. Cole.
Okay.
At London, that London song.
Yeah.
B is from Boston. The dude who produced that, John Glass, Tim Nyhan, yeah, Tim Nyan. Those guys are both from Massachusetts.
And
That kid Token.
y'all got Benzino.
We got Benzino. We got Token. Token's that he's the little white
Big
kid.
Suge, Gangsta. Y'all had Guru from Gangsta. Y'all had a lot of
Heck yeah.
names. What?
Oh yeah.
So you think the mentality is what has been holding Boston back? Because y'all should be like New York by now, man.
Yeah, no, I think for a long time it was holding it back. Now people are more collaborating. I mean, basically every mixtape Millie's drops, every Blanco he drops, he puts on Boston artists, different ones.
I mean, you agree, right? Y'all should be like New York. by
Oh hell
now.
yeah! I think with all the talent we have,
Yeah.
if if we were getting together and
Or
didn't have
Philly,
that
or Philly or at least like Philly.
at, at least Philly,
Yeah.
because I mean I'm biased because I grew up with half of these people, but
I'm
like,
not. I'm not. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, so I'm not being biased. I'm just saying, like Boston, y'all had a lot of good big names come out.
well, no, and this is where I'm gonna sound biased.
We just got
The kid,
two in
the
Fayetteville.
kids, the kids that I grew up with,
Yeah.
like the kids that I came up with making music. If I played some of those old songs, A, they still hold up today, but B, like if we did the shit right,
Mhm.
we would be, we'd be a little more known. We might not be worldwide famous, but we'd be well known a little bit. Because, I mean, South Shore, Massachusetts, this whole kind of area, region of Massachusetts, it's soccer moms, it's, it's families, it's, yards with the white fences, white picket fences. Then we got like Weymouth. Weymouth got part of that, and then Weymouth's got the projects. Then there's these towns, Hingham, Situate, Cohasset. They're rich, rich fucking towns. So like you're trying to pump this music out to the, like what we
Rich
didn't
white
know back
people.
then. Yeah, exactly. And like a
Yeah.
lot of them, we're not singing country music over here. That's what they want to hear.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, back in the day, we
It's
didn't
a
have the
tough
right.
market. It's a tough market.
Yeah, tough market. We just didn't have the. We were more focused on having a good time than actually making music. I think what it ultimately comes
So
down
you
to.
think it'll
But
get there? It seems like it's getting there where Boston will just kind of come together more like Atlanta, because it got it like if you don't got some kind of unity in a city that's not popping, it really can't pop.
yeah, no, I think there's a lot of unity now.
Yeah.
Um, we got a lot of blogs out now. Shout out my boy Jack runs this blog called Boston's Big Four. They do a podcast,
Okay.
um,
Shouts
and
out to them.
I actually started it with Jack, and we were doing like sports mainly, and then we'd bring the music into it a little bit, but that's partly how it's helped between the different blog sites. Um, Jack. I mean, I'm the rapper coming into the show, and my boy Jack was showing me 15, 20 different people every week that I didn't know, I never heard of,
Yeah.
from Maine, New Hampshire,
Yeah.
Vermont. I'm like, Vermont's got rappers. They got
They're
fucking trees
everywhere,
up there,
man. They're
you
everywhere.
know? But like, and some of these people are like fucking nasty. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, like, just wouldn't expect it, you know? And like, I know, like, I think part of it is, part of the bad rap is like people. I mean, at least I hear it sometimes, and it's not true. But like people will be like, "Yo, Boston's soft. Boston's not tough. Boston's not gang. Boston's not
I've
this.
never
Boston's
thought
not."
that. I've never thought that.
No, but a lot of people like I know I've heard it before, and people will be like, "Boston gets down like that, like type of thing." And there's actually this meme that I seen, and it was, I mean, I guess it's not really a meme, but it's just a picture of all these different baseball hats, and it
Uh-huh.
said, "You got to be careful which hat you wear when you're going through Boston, because every gang in Boston got a different hat. Some of them got the Orioles hat.
Sounds like
Some,
LA.
yeah, like I mean, they definitely don't play out here. So
Yeah.
like, I just feel like Boston gets a. They're like, oh, you guys are fucking pilgrims, your little tea party, all that shit, and I don't know. I just feel like,
I think
and
they
then
let
there's
Guru. I think they see Guru and they think like, they're not tough, and they
yeah.
don't realize everybody past Guru is a little bit tougher than Guru.
Well, even like Benzino is like
Yeah, he was
the
on some street stuff. Yeah,
made men. They got in that brawl at the Rough Riders show
yeah, they
with the
was on some
Locks.
street stuff. Yeah,
They definitely were, and it's a different kind because like it was Whitey Bulger. It was never gangs that ran Boston. It was Whitey Bulger.
the mob ran to Boston too for a while.
Exactly, but like that
You know,
wasn't, the mob wasn't a rap thing. It was just like
no, yeah,
it wasn't like we had, um it wasn't like it was gangs running Boston.
yeah.
Um you know, it was, you know, like we said, Whitey Bulger was fucking killing whoever he wanted, you know, and then
Yeah,
dumping the
yeah,
bodies in the marsh.
yeah.
But
The Bulger burial ground, as they called it.
exactly, it's fucking 10 minutes from my house. It
If
used to
there
be
was,
5 minutes from my old house.
I got a question for you. If there's one thing you could change about the music business, what would that be?
Um, Probably getting paid more for the actual music.
So the
Um,
streaming.
Streaming, yeah, probably streaming, and not even saying that the streaming's bad. I think streaming's awesome. But to get, what is it, 0.00013 8 cents per stream, it's got
Yeah.
to be a little more than that. I mean, you know, granted, some of these, you know, a lot of the streaming services, you can get the free app or whatever. You can do it for free. So that's how a lot of people do
That's
it.
the problem right there, is that they let free apps come about. Because I did an interview with a local artist, and now I'm back and forth on the streaming thing. Because I was just like, yo, streaming's got it. We got to go exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
Ryan Leslie, more exclusive. But then he was explaining, when you go exclusive, how do you got longevity from your music getting paid over and over again, like streaming?
Yep.
And streaming brought in the free music, like, because you can create a free Spotify account. You can go on YouTube and stream it for free. So technically, the music is already free.
Oh, for sure. I
And
mean,
that's
I
the
know people
problem. That's the
like,
problem. You've made it free.
exactly. And
So
like, I mean, now I've kind of just been like, you know what? I try to do the merch.
that's
I
the
mean,
way to go.
nowadays
The merch is the way to go.
it's
Not even
merch,
just the
but
merch. Not even just the merch. You got to go even further. You got to go with the chips, the cereal. There was an artist I was talking to, said he got a song blueberry pancakes. I'm like, all right, you got a song blueberry pancakes, but are you selling a box of blueberry pancakes with your face on it? With your face on it, because those pancakes will sell the song, and the song will sell the pancakes.
exactly. I
And
mean,
that's
look
how
at
the merch goes. Because people need that Yankees sucks T-shirt more than they need music. Because you always need a T-shirt. You need clothes.
exactly. I mean, even look at Nems. Nem's been around rapping for 15, 20 years. He's
Okay.
blowing up now off of the Bing Bong shit, off of the Don't Ever Disrespect Me videos. Like,
Okay. What's the Bing Bong
and
shit? What's that?
um, so like last year, 2 years ago, it started going viral. Like the Knicks picked it up. So Nems is from Coney Island,
Uh-huh.
um, and he came up. He was doing oh, what's that fucking? It used to be MTV Fight Club,
Okay.
and it was like the battles. And you
Okay.
know, Nems was talking to. I'm pretty sure he was talking to Paul Rosenberg back then. This is 15, 20 years ago, early
Yeah.
2000s. Um, and so he was kind of like a battle rapper coming up. Um, he got into drugs and everything, and you know, he was robbing a lot of people. This is just the stories that I've seen him talk about on interviews. And you know, he kind of lost his spot. Interscope was like, we don't really want to mess with you. You're too much of
Yeah.
a liability. Um, and you know, he went to jail. He came back. He got clean, but he's got the merch. His brand is FYL, fuck your life.
Okay.
Um,
Fuck your life. Okay.
yeah, and like, and it sounds negative. It is negative,
It does sound negative.
but he'll be like, so he does these videos. Um, he chills at Coney Island. He owns his own store in Coney Island for his merch. All these shirts. Actually, this is one of his hats. No free shit. And
Okay.
that's the G with the gorilla hair.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I thought there was an FYL on there, but so he's about to drop an album with Scram Jones and
Okay.
Paul
I'm
Rosenberg.
with him.
So Paul Rosenberg just signed him to, it's like Gorilla Records or Silverback
So
Records or
what is
something.
the Bing Bong thing though?
So Bing Bong is just like a thing that he said. It went viral. It was like a
It's
video.
just the same. It's just the same, kind of like that part.
Yeah, like he's like fuck your life, Bing Bong, and
Oh,
like
so it's like that. It's like forget about it.
exactly. And
Forget
like,
about it.
but it went viral because like he did it in Coney Island. They have the hot dog eating contest, and they did
Okay.
like there's this group called Side Talk NYC, and these Sidewalk Talk or Side Talk
Yeah.
NYC, and it's these two dudes that do like quick interviews where they're going up to people on the street, and they'll get like 5 seconds of one clip, 5 seconds of another, and they put it all together. And so Nems was like, you know, he'd be talking shit to people in random interviews, and like he'd just be like he'll be like, yo, don't ever disrespect me coming over here looking like a bowl of Fruity Pebbles if somebody's got, you know, orange, green, fucking 10 different colors on. Or like something like that. It'll be like, don't ever disrespect me coming over here looking like, I don't know. It'd be like, dude, he just comes up with the craziest shit to say to people.
Yeah.
And it'll be, because he'll be sitting outside his store and these people, he lives in Coney Island or he works in Coney Island. So it's all these people that like, they're kind of like looking crazy out there. Like, you know, they don't look normal.
Yeah.
They don't act normal. Some of them are fucked up. And like, he'll be like, you know, or it'll be dude that like one of them the other day, this dude, it was like the dude at the corner store. And he's like, yo, don't ever disrespect me having 5 bald spots on your head. Like, he just talks random shit and he don't care. Like, he doesn't care about it, whatever he says. But anyways, the Bing Bong shit. That went viral off the
How
Side
did the
Talk
Knicks
NYC.
incorporate it?
So after the Knicks won one of the games against Trey Young when they were beefing with Trey Young
No,
a couple years ago in the
yeah.
playoffs, Side Talk NYC was outside of the Knicks stadium, outside the Garden, and they were doing one of these interviews. And so this other dude says, "Bing bong," and tried to steal it from him.
Yeah.
And then the Knicks picked it up. I mean, Nems made a song called Bing Bong to capitalize on it. And then he made a remix for the Knicks that the Knicks would use.
Yeah.
And then he had another remix that has Busta Rhymes and Fat Joe on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of clout in New York, especially
Yeah.
now, because like, dude, he's like, and obviously sometimes people say things, they embellish things in songs, but I believe this one. He says he's a millionaire off of his merch. I mean, the hat was $50. I got a hat and a hoodie.
Yeah.
And he's got all these different, like every logo he's got. Like he took the Buccaneers logo, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers logo, changed it to like a gorilla. His gorillas is shit. He's a big dude.
Okay.
And like, let's see what else. He did another one that was like the Mighty Ducks logo. He had this other one. He used to go around, and there was this dude. It was in COVID, I think, like in the pandemic. He was going around Coney Island, and there was this one dude that was, they called him Byron, because they went up to him and they're like, yo, who's the president? Byron. And they're like, it was just like this drunk dude that was like, he was mad funny. But the Byron video, they took the audio, the fucking Jonas Boys went to the White House and used the audio, like made a reel out of it. And we're like, yo, who's the president? And they're like, Byron. And it's Joe Biden saying fucking Byron.
Oh shit.
Like, yeah, so like he got all the way up to the White House. But like that's so like his grind, yeah, he does the music, and I'm sure he makes some money off the music, but his grind is the viral videos that he's getting paid for. He monetizes his accounts. He gets paid for all the merch. Then he does appearances, he does shows. He don't really do too many podcasts. He has his own podcast. But you know, it's more than like the music is the last part.
That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the last part. It
and
really
like
is.
Like, you know, he's doing everything else just brings you back to the music.
Yeah, he's got the right formula. That's the thing. Like, you know, somebody said to me, like, music wasn't meant to be sold. And like, and I was sitting there thinking, like, as a product, I think they're right. Cause like you were talking about the performance, you like to perform. I just think like we were meant to really just perform it. You know, like doo-wop. Doo-wop always, like, when they do what I think about the Bronx Tales, when they talk about you go to New York and every corner on the Bronx, there was a doo-wop group. And they wasn't recording it or nothing. They was just singing live. They were just performing live constantly. It went out.
Yep.
I want to get into the controversial part of hip hop, violence. The violence
All
of
right.
hip hop. I always ask this: is this a hip hop culture problem or is it like a hood culture problem, or both?
Um,
Or can it be both? Or can it be both?
so I'll be honest, I've done a lot of shows. I've probably done probably a couple hundred over my years.
Okay.
Um, I've done. We sold out Cassidy. You expect the hood to come out for Cassidy
Yeah.
back when drinking my two step was popping.
Yeah.
Um, I never had an issue at a hip hop show.
Yeah.
Um, even like down in Providence, out in LA, never had an issue. I was in LA. I got stranded at the show that I was at. Um, I walked across the street. I was in South Central. This fucking white kid from Boston walked up. I had a little bit of weed. I was looking for, there was a 7-Eleven, so I grabbed the blunt. And I'm just chilling outside smoking with these random LA, it could have been hood dudes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I feel like I don't feel like it's a hip hop problem. I feel like
It's
it's a
more of a rap.
personal.
It's well, I didn't really mean like hip hop in general. Like, I think what you're getting is saying is like these underground hip hop artists don't really have this problem, but these rap artists do. I don't really call out these rap culture artists hip hop artists nowadays. Like trap rap, I don't consider that hip hop at all.
All right.
Even though they say, oh, it's a subgenre of hip hop, I don't consider sad rap, trap rap. I don't consider none of them. Anything that has zero elements of hip hop into it, I don't really
It's just
consider
its
hip
own
hop.
thing.
Yeah, it's just his own thing. They're not breaking, they're not DJing, they're not MCing, they're not graffitiing. Um, and fashion is a part of hip hop, so I can't really go off of the fashion. But to me, they're just rap culture, and rap culture definitely has a problem. Like the Benny the Butchers, the PB and Rocks of the world. These cats out here that have they rap a certain kind of music. The shoot 'em up, bang bang, you know, and then they go
Yeah,
out and they wear their chains everywhere they go.
I mean, I think part of the violence that happens, um, I mean, shit, we got like so they there's Boston artists that do that drill music now,
Drill too. That's another one. That's that.
and like I've been to a couple of shows where there was a couple drill artists. Um, I know shit gets heavy. I mean,
Yeah.
there's like I said, there's some gangs in Boston like they get down. They've been getting
Yeah.
down very recently. Like they're one of them's getting RICO'd right now. So like it definitely goes down, but I feel like, and maybe it's more just like a Massachusetts thing. I don't know. No, I can't even say it's not a Massachusetts thing because there's so many venues around here that won't allow hip hop because they say it brings violence. But every show I've ever done, I never had. Yeah, a couple times you get that one
Yeah.
off where you get in an argument with somebody, but like I've never seen one of these shows turn into a big brawl in the middle of the show, or everyone's outside and everyone's
Well,
fighting outside.
it's not necessarily just the shows that brings it. It like Benny the Butcher was at Walmart and got shot
Oh,
and
I didn't
robbed.
even know that.
Yeah, he's at Walmart and get shot and get robbed. PB and Rock's going to eat at Waffles Chicken, the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle. It's just the culture brings a certain element. It's like people aren't out there like trying to rob pop stars left and right when they go to Chicken and Waffles or they go to Walmart. But rappers, they see, oh, so and so's at Chicken and Waffles and he's posting it. We got to get him.
So I think
We got to get him. So is that a hood? That's the hood, or because I think it's both. Because rap culture, rap's nothing but hood shit constantly. It's just
I
hood
feel like
shit
it.
constantly. I think they go one hand washes the other in this situation to me.
I was gonna say I think because oh, who just said it? Somebody just maybe it was in a record. I'm trying to remember, but somebody said the hood. It was basically something like the drug dealers are mad because the rappers are making more money now, and it's basically like a lot of these dudes came up dealing drugs and then found they could rap, and now it might be people that they grew up with that are jealous of them.
Yeah.
It might be people that I don't think it's always like a rapper on rapper crime. I feel like it's
No,
more
it's
like,
not. No, it's not a rapper on rapper thing. It's a hood on rapper thing.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's like,
Nipsey Hussle killed in his own hood. PB and Rock killed going to Chicken and Waffles, and the place he was at in Chicken and Waffle, the Roscoe Chicken and Waffle in L.A. My peoples in L.A. won't even go there. You know, like they old boy going to get cookies in Memphis.
oh,
What's my,
fucking Dolph.
yeah,
Is
like
that
these
Dolph?
cats just still want to go back to the hood, and they rap about hood shit, and
Well, some of
bad
them
shit
still really.
happens.
I mean, even some of them still really do it. That dude Melly, like the dude on trial right now, he killed his boy or whatever,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
then rapped
YMW.
him.
Yeah, he did that shit. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not going to. There's no allegedly on my podcast. He did that shit. He
So
did
like,
that shit.
yeah, and he like, I don't know. So I think like,
And he's celebrating it. He celebrate. That's the thing. We celebrate this shit.
yeah, well, because like, I mean, it's been a big kind
Not
of
me
thing,
and you in general. You know what I'm saying? But
but the
the
world,
society, yeah, they celebrate. I don't celebrate old boy killing. Even though the people he killed were grime, they look grimy as fuck. Don't get me wrong. I don't celebrate that shit. They're gone. Their life is over. I mean, they can't.
their family can't see him.
No,
You
it's
know,
gone. It's over. And
I
people
mean,
out there celebrate. Yeah, he's getting free. Free him. Free him. Like there's two people killed in this situation, and we're celebrating this shit.
exactly. I don't, you know, I mean, like,
Could it be American culture? Because we
we
love
do love
mob.
violence.
We love mobs. We love the mob. We love a good mob movie. We love a good hood movie like Minutes of Society or something like that. Boys of the Hood, Paid in Full. We love the Dope Boy, Frank Lucas,
Well, and then some of it too.
Bumpy Johnson. I mean, we turn villains into heroes.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. And I think part of it too is um, like there will be people that like a Takashi 6ix9ine. Like he didn't grow up in the gangs, but he wanted to be. He wanted
He,
that. That was what he
yeah.
wanted. So he went into it.
Then he went
And
into
like,
it.
and then there's people that live that life that are like, you know, there's either people that live that life that say, no, why do you want to come here? Like you don't want.
Yeah.
But then there's other dudes that'll they'll be like, all right, you want to come live this life? Let's test you. And
Plus, they
they're
can
gonna test
extort
you.
him. Plus, they can extort him for money, like Chris Brown.
Exactly.
You know.
And like, I don't know. So I think it's definitely they're intertwined with each other. The
Yeah.
issues. I don't think it's one side or the other. But you know, even like because I'm not out there throwing up blue. I'm not throwing red. I'm not throwing
Yeah.
up any gangs or nothing. And that's very evident. You know, you look at me, you can tell. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
I got a 5-point crown. It's a Latin King crown. I ain't a Latin King. You know,
Yeah.
like the wrong person sees it, they might press me about it. One of my boys has a 5-point crown. He got pressed, maybe down in North Carolina actually, about it. One of the
Which is
Carolinas.
crazy because we don't got no. North Carolina is like the last place to go to look for like real gangs. Maybe Durham. You know, there's like what I would call gangsters. There's individual gangsters, dudes that are just you don't fuck with that are just kill you. But as far as gang organization and stuff like that, it's not a lot of that down here, man.
Yeah.
It's very limited. It's very limited.
And I mean, I know my boy was just on vacation. It was years and years ago. I know that.
Yeah.
Because he told me the story when I got this one. He was like, "Oh, you gotta be careful with those 5 points." And you know, I'm like, I'm fucking Irish.
Yeah.
Like I ain't a Latin King. I don't think anyone needs to think I'm a Latin King. You know, I didn't get the 5 points. I got the 5 points
No,
to make it look
that's
even.
that's how ignorant it is. Like, and I got supposed to have Irish blood in me as well, and I definitely cling on to the Irish side. You know, especially historically, because Irish people went through the struggle. But common sense, common knowledge should say, "Hey, yo, he can't be claiming a Latin king."
No, and like, I mean, I've had my shirt off
Yeah.
around dudes from the hood,
And
and they
it's your
see it.
body. It's your body. If you want to throw a crown on your shoulder, who's to dictate that, man? Nobody gets to
Exactly.
dictate that but you. That's you.
And
You know?
I was saying, like I've been around hood dudes that see the crown. They don't
Yeah.
say nothing because they're like, he's a fucking little Irish kid.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't out here trying to fucking
Because even
do nothing.
gangsters got to apply common sense, man, sometimes.
Yeah.
You
Like,
can't just go around and like, oh, yo, like me, I'm wearing red. They can't just like, oh, yo, you gang banging, oh, you wear red. Nah, because I might be wearing blue the next day. We got a blue Dizzle label. You know what I'm saying? I might be wearing the white T-shirt with the blue Dizzle label, and then it might be black and gold later. You know,
exactly.
who cares? It's just a shirt, man.
Exactly. No, I mean, I don't know. I think
You
like I
think
said, to
part of it
answer.
is that hip hop gets taken too literal?
Oh yeah, definitely sometimes.
It's the
But
only
then
genre we take literally. We don't go to pop stars like, are you about the pop music you sing about?
yeah, did you just lose the love of your life? Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I think I definitely agree that it's taken too literal sometimes because like
Everybody
a,
over embellishes a little bit here and there, right? Something, right?
a little
Everybody.
bit. I mean, you hear I mean, here I am, a white rapper. I've probably even done it before. I'm pretty sure I have. But like, you hear these white rappers like, "I'll fucking pull your throat out from your asshole," like not the Method Man shit, but like,
Yeah.
they'll be like, I'll hit you so hard it's like Godzilla hit you or something
Yeah,
like
you
that.
don't
And
take that literally. Like,
no, I'll be like, bro, you're fucking 135 pounds soaking wet. Like you
that
ain't
sounds like
punching
something I would
nobody.
say. That sounds like something I would say.
And like I'm not hating on it. Like if it sounds nasty, do it. Like if you
Yeah.
got a sick flow, go for it. Like I'm not knocking you about it, but like I don't know, you like same thing about the gangsters using common sense. Rappers got to use common sense too. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
everyone's like, I got a gun so big it'll put me to the moon.
Yeah.
Nobody's gun's that big, and
Should we
half the people that say that don't even have guns.
should we only be taking the gangster rappers literally anyways?
I mean,
Like,
like
what do you like a clean rapper like Will Smith? Do you just like take him literally? Like, are you really about all the clean stuff you rapping?
I know, right? Like even like
Like,
I don't know, like Russ, like, but Russ,
the
I
light
mean
skin
Russ is,
cat, right?
yeah, with the
Yeah, I like him. I like him. Yeah, yeah. He dropped a song every single week for like
for like a year or
a
something.
year straight. Yeah, yeah.
Um, like Russ, but Russ. Now that I say it,
But they're all good
Russ.
though.
Oh yeah, he's a beast. But I don't
Yeah,
think now that I say it, he don't really like. He don't bring up the. He don't talk about shit that I don't think he really doesn't do because he's like he's actually kind of in tune. So that's probably a bad
yeah.
example. Um, I'm trying to think of like
But
a
I
good
think, but
example.
I guarantee I could go listen to a bunch of his songs and I'll find a line where he over embellishes.
Oh, for sure. I mean, definitely.
And there's nothing
Uh,
wrong with that because if we're gonna be calling it art, you gotta be able to just kind of like I got songs where I talk in the third person, or I might be talking about describe like we got a song called Gangster, and I'm not one of the guys rapping, he is a gangster, and he's rapping from the perspective of he's the gangster. I'm describing what a gangster is. From the
I get
outside
you.
looking in, I'm like, this is what a gangster is. And then he rapping pretty much the same thing from the perspective of being a gangster, you know?
Yeah, and that's
And
fire.
yeah. And
That's
I'm the non-gangster and he's the gangster, and it works, because you get two different perspectives. And he's actually my rapping partner. So it's like, you get two different
and you
perspectives all the time.
well, and you give that visual of both sides in the same
Yeah.
song.
Because,
That
you got to have
that's
the
fire.
outside looking in and the inside looking out perspective for everything in life, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for
And
sure,
whatnot.
definitely.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got here. Standing out. What would you say makes you stand out from other rappers?
My live performance.
Your live performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I I don't know. There's something about when, and I know we said like that's what we're supposed to perform, but like there's just something about getting up on stage in front of 10 people, 50 people, 150 people. I mean, we had the Middle East sold out multiple times. I used to be in a band. We sold out the Hard Rock in Boston. Like I've been in front of the big crowds. I've been in front of the. I used to run an open mic that had probably 10 people there the whole night. You
Yeah.
know, but there's something about when I get the mic and I get up there, I'm there to entertain. I'm there
Yeah.
to give the people a show, whether they paid or they didn't pay. I'm there to fucking give them a show, and that's what I'm gonna do. Um, like I said, I grew up watching all these different artists. I have Bruce Springsteen, watching him perform, um, Jimmy Buffett, 50 Cent. I used to watch the Up in Smoke tour like
Oh yeah, they had
once
great
a
shows. Great
once a
shows.
week.
Yeah.
The what was it? Up in Smoke, when Eminem had the jumpsuit on and he came out. Like I was
Yeah.
always like, I want to do shit like that. Like it was more doing the performances than it was the music back in the day for me.
You remember Red and Meth came on the Hard Knock Life tour? They would come out hanging from the air, and they would have opening act. They would have freaking opening act hanging from the air, man. You knew that
E-
show was gonna be bananas after that every night,
e-
you know.
Exactly.
And Red and Meth,
Uh,
man, I'm gonna tell you, the best performer I've ever seen live, Joyner Lucas.
so I never seen him live, but I
I've
can.
seen him live, and it was the smallest crowd he had in Durham on his first major tour. First major tour.
Oh,
I
the
was
508,
in
508 album.
yeah, the one with the number. Yeah, the number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said, it was a smaller show. He sold out all his merchandise. And my cousin, it was like his first show ever, first hip hop show ever. He was like a kid in a candy store. I bought him a Joyner Lucas hat. He's up there watching the show. I'm in the back, because I'm a different kind of person. And I'm in awe of like how many people know every single word to his songs. And he raps fast. He doesn't have a radio hit. It's all internet records. I'm like, every single person. It's white people, black people, Hispanic people. It's so much diversity, no hype, man, nothing. And he's like you said, it won't know like they be rapping like, yo, I'm chilling. Or they be like, they only say the last word, chilling on the block. No, hot. No, the spot. He was just no, and it's like wow. And I'm just like zoned out, man. I seen the Karis one perform, and it was like nothing like this. It was nothing
Yeah.
like this. So performance is everything. Because Chris Roker, my mentor, his dad always said, "We're not in the music business. We're in the entertainment business."
Exactly.
Where what if you're only in the music business when you just record music and that's it.
Yep.
Once
That's
you
what
once you want to get up there and rock the mic, you're in the entertainment business. You got to put on a show. You can't just get up there. Some dudes just get up there and they just, back in the days, we would just get up there and just rap. We wouldn't even move. You just be standing in one spot and just rap. It wouldn't even move. And it's like, whoa.
Oh,
And
my shit, I can't stay still.
yeah,
Like
you got to be all over the place. You got to be all over the place.
we did we did a show, Mass Made. We did New Year's Eve. I fucking jumped off the stage, jumped in the crowd, rapping with the crowd. Like, that's what I love to do. I love to get other people involved. One of my I don't want to say like trademark things, but if you come to the show, you're probably getting wet because I got the water bottles and I'm throwing because I'm sweating. I know these people jumping around are sweating. It almost got my ass beat one night. Speaking of violence,
It's funny you say that because Cardi B had a situation with the water.
Yes, but I opened for Joe Budden 7 years ago, 6-7 years ago, when he was in Slaughterhouses, right around when he was beefing with Drake. And he came to Quincy, which was crazy because nobody ever expected him to come to this fucking 150 capacity building in Quincy that is right, it's just little podunk fucking shit little bar. It was nice inside. Actually, Malcolm Butler.
Why didn't they expect that? You know, he doesn't command as big as a crowd. Like a lot of these cats, after a while, don't command as big as a crowd as they used to.
Because he was still pretty big at that time, and like maybe 6 months before, he basically sold out the Middle East, which is
Okay.
in
What's the middle? When you say the Middle East, is that a club?
yeah. So the Middle East is kind of
I
like
thought you meant the Middle East, like
oh no. So like the Middle East, it's called it's called the Middle East. It's in
yeah,
Cambridge, and that's kind of like so there's an upstairs and a downstairs.
yeah.
That's as like an underground artist. I don't even want to say underground because like that's where we sold out Cassidy, and that like it's got like I think a 500 capacity. It's almost it
That ain't too
reminds
much
me.
bigger than 150, dude.
No, I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But that's kind of like when you're coming up in mass, that's where you
yeah,
want to perform.
yeah.
This dude leads edutainment. He was running the shows there forever. I mean, he had Cassidy there. Eminem was there in '97. KRS-One been there a few
That
times.
sounds like our versions of Cat's Cradle up in Chapel Hill. That's like
Okay.
our Cat's Cradle in Chapel Hill is like anybody that's underground hip hop that you could think of has been to Cat's Cradle and perform. I mean, everybody you could think of, any and everybody, man.
Yeah, because we had like, I mean, I just seen Onyx and R.A. the Rugged Man there
Okay.
3 months
Yeah.
ago. Speaking of performers, I don't know if you ever seen RA perform. RA is one of
Yeah,
the
I've
dope.
not live, but I've seen video footage of him. He gets down. He's been going strong,
Uh,
long for a
he,
while.
bro, he came out. It was Onyx's. It was the Back the Fuck Up anniversary tour, I think.
Yeah.
Whatever tour they just finished, but it was them and RA, and RA performs. Onyx comes on. I love Onyx too. I've seen Onyx a few different times, but RA came out and was amongst all of us, just chilling. Like he's a man of the
Yeah.
people.
Well,
But anyways, just to jump back to the Joe Budden show. So I threw the water, threw a couple bottles of water, and my boy, again, rest in peace, Chuck D's. He comes up to me after. There was a group of chicks, group of dudes, and I got the chick's hair wet.
oh my God.
So, it was a handful of black dudes, black chicks. I got their hair wet. I didn't mean to. I mean, I was just having a good show.
Yeah.
And so my boy Chuck grabs me. He's like, "Yo, these dudes are gonna fuck you up. Like they've been eyeing you." And so I go outside. I'm having a cigarette, and he one of the dudes comes outside or something. And I walked right up to him and I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean nothing by throwing the water. Like, I was trying to have a good time. And dude just stopped me right in the middle of my apology. He's like, yo, bro, if you weren't so good at performing, we were going to fuck you up. He goes, but you fucking killed that. So we told those bitches, shut the fuck up. And like, but that was just like one of those things that I was like, yo, I guess you never know what's going to happen. Cause like, Malcolm Butler, dude who intercepted the ball on the 1 yard line in the Super Bowl.
Football player. Yeah, football player. Yeah.
He was at the show. He was right
Okay.
next to me. He was in the VIP section. And the last joint that I did, right before the last joint, I did this a cappella and it ended and I gave him a shout out. So I dropped that line. Everyone goes, oh shit. It was an a cappella, so they hear every bar. And I get off the stage and I like saw him. My boy was like, yo, that's Malcolm Butler right there. And I was like, yo, bro. And I'm like, yo, you hear that last line? He's like, my man, I heard that last line. Fucking comes over, gives me a dap. So I'm like, yo, can I grab a picture with you real quick? His fucking security, right as I said that. Nope. He's in season. It was like training camp. He ended up getting in trouble at training camp for missing training camp. I'm pretty sure it's because he went to the fucking Joe Budden show. Belichick don't play with that.
Oh yeah, Belichick. Yeah, Belichick ain't playing nothing.
But that was just a funny little side note about the performance and everything. But as far as what stands out about me, I definitely think it's the performance.
I got a couple more questions, and we're gonna let you shout out your social medias and any upcoming projects. This is a question I ask all hip hop heads. Somebody asked in an interview, and I was like, I had to add it to my list. The alien came down today, and you had to play one song that tells the story of hip hop or just represents hip hop. What would that song be? I'll give you a couple examples. The answer we got when I first heard this question was Biggie Smalls' Juicy. I didn't have an answer at first. When I thought about it afterwards, I came up with Tupac Old School. What more can I say? Wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave through it. Because he was shouting out all the old school names. But I thought the Biggie Smalls one was good too. It was all the dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper, Heavy D up in the limousine.
Yep.
So you got a song that you would play for the aliens?
I don't know if this would totally fit the criteria. But as a pure hip hop song, first, when you asked the question, the first thing that came to my mind was DJ Premier and Nas. Nas is like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
Rims and tires. Yeah, I don't know that beat. I just feel like
that's a good beat. That's a good beat. No, that beat is dope. Yeah.
The beat. Nas, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Rims and Tires. I don't know. That was the first song that came to my head. Because if I was gonna, if I'm sitting here next to the alien right here, I'm probably like, I mean, I'm gonna show him a whole playlist of songs, but that might be the first song I show him. Either that or maybe Golden Child, Raz Kass. Okay. That beat's crazy too. I'm a big Primo guy, obviously.
So you went with the sound. Like I had a friend that said Mobb Deep Shook once because it was the theme music all through the 8 Mile.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a good one because Mobb Deep Infamous is my favorite album of all time. It's my number 1 album of all time. So I couldn't argue with that. But I just felt like there's songs that give them the alien like the feel like, oh yeah, this is hip hop. But then I kind of, some people were going with like songs that described hip hop, and then some people went with like songs that make you feel hip hop. Like another good one was I thought Common, I Used to Love Her.
Yep, that's a good one.
That really breaks down the timeline of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And
no, it definitely does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think you would run out of songs to play for an alien to find hip hop. Really. I don't think you would. I think you could play so many different songs and they would probably get the hint because they're probably going to be smarter than us anyways. Oh, yes, hip hop. We got it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think my answer is Nas's Life.
Okay. Before we get into upcoming projects, I wanted to ask you this one question. Massachusetts governor wants people to, if they got an extra room, to bring in illegal immigrant families into the household and sponsor them. What would you do that? What do you think people should do that? What do you think about it? You think they're asking a little too much out of people on that one?
I mean the regular person, yeah. I don't think the regular person can do that.
That's what they're asking. They're asking just regular old people. They're not. This is the thing. Politicians aren't trying to step up to the plate and invite these people into their homes.
I was gonna say you got Robert Kraft, like he's got a big ass fucking house.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Yeah, but
he's not volunteering.
No, but like that's who should be volunteering theoretically, because I mean Massachusetts is expensive as fuck.
That too, yeah. So yeah, y'all not the cheap. It's not no cheap fucking state.
No, so now you're talking about like.
Then if you're in Boston, it's even more expensive in Boston. Right?
Oh yeah.
So if you're a Boston family, you're supposed to just take in a whole family and take care of them for how long?
Yo, like a fucking studio apartment in Boston can go for like $3,000 a month. So like for a studio, like you don't even gotta watch the
studio apartments. You can't even. That's the thing. Like you ain't got no extra room. You in the studio. It's just not even nothing to negotiate.
No, but I'm just saying as far as like expensive. So
Yeah.
then you think about a 3-bedroom apartment in Boston.
And you got an extra room. You got 2 rooms taken up. You got an extra room. You got to put a whole family in there.
Yeah, and like
For free.
And then you got to pay. You got to pay for them.
To eat.
And I'm not against opportunity.
Is
You
that
know, but
opportunity? Is that opportunity?
it's opportunity for them, but it ain't
Yeah,
opportunity
not
for the
for
people that are taking them in. Like if there was if you do this, you don't get taxed this year.
But are we
Like
getting opportunity like that? Are we going to get opportunity like that?
That's what I'm saying. There has to be in order for me to be into it, there has to be an
They'd
exchange
have to be
of
like,
something.
all right, no taxes. They're not going to tax you or something, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I owe taxes, make me
But they're not going to do that.
debt
But
free.
that's not going to be part of the plan. It's going to be when they say sponsor a family, they mean it could be a woman, husband, and 3 kids, and they want you to take care of them. The government's not going to give you a single dollar to this.
Exactly. So like, no, I mean, if I'm not, and I don't even mean to sound like that, because I will give people shit without expecting something back. But like, if you're expecting me to alter my whole life in my house, you need to give me something back for that.
Your privacy's gone.
Yep.
Your water bill is going up.
Like, we talked about we each got dogs. What if I bring a family in here and I come home one day from work and my dog's fucking got bruises all over its ribs because it wouldn't stop barking,
Yeah, I can't even say on the podcast what would happen to that family.
No, like so there would definitely be some issues. But like
they would literally be getting out of my spot right then and there, or they'd be getting drug out by their hair right afterwards if they refused.
Exactly. But like,
and if that don't work, the alternative is what is Shabazz the Disciples song? Death be the penalty. If I can't drag you out of my apartment after I tell you to go, the next option is I gotta go to the 12 gauge.
Yep. I mean,
I ain't gonna lie, man. Over my dog, I saw your dog just in the background. Your dog look cool as hell. Like, yo, if you're like me about my dog.
Oh, this is my girl right here.
That's when the muscle's coming out, right? That's when the muscle's coming out, right?
Oh, the muscle's coming out. I'm seeing red. I ain't even stopping.
Yeah.
So like,
it's like fucking with a family member.
Exactly. And obviously that's like an extreme example, but like that shit, you don't know who you're bringing into your house.
No, you don't.
You're changing
They're strangers.
Yeah. Like I just let my boy crash. He had a convention up here in Boston, and like we chilled a couple times, but he's always been A1 to me. So, and I just so happen to have a mattress in my living room right now. So I was like, yo, you can crash on the living room, whatever, fucking perfect. That's like the limits I'd go. Like I ain't seen the kid in 5 or 6 years. I still trust him enough. I don't trust a ton of people. There's not a lot of people I trust.
Way. Yeah, me too.
But like, and if he had given me a reason to tell him to leave, I would have told him. Yeah, I would have told him you got to go find somewhere else to stay. But
in 5 years, people could change a lot in 5 years. So,
oh, for sure. I mean, and this dude, like, he's the man. Like, I got that's actually his jacket he left here, the fucking orange one back there. But he's kind of like a polarizing figure. He back in the day, he went viral on World Star because his baby mother was chasing him around his car with a fucking baseball bat. So like, I mean, my boy's kind of crazy, but like, I'm like, he's crazy in his own world. He ain't gonna come up here and do crazy shit. But like,
I got some homeboys like that they're really. We don't really align too much, but I've known them so fucking long. I know I could trust them. I know they ain't gonna steal from me, do anything grimy to me. They might do something grimy to somebody else. I just know they know me so long, they're not gonna do it to me.
But when the government's saying you got to bring this whole family in here, well, then you got to figure out what's up with the husband, the wife. All right, they got 3 kids. 15, 10, and
can I also
4.
throw in some of them work for narcos?
Yeah, so
And I
like,
know in that too, some of them do work for narcos. The whole family, you
all
know,
of a sudden you're gonna have the
a
cartel
narco. You
showing
can
up at
have a
your house.
narco family in your house.
Yeah, and they're running drugs right under your nose, and like, then what are you gonna do? You tell them to get out, and then fucking
I don't want. That's when you really hit the messed up. You try to tell them to get out. You try to tell a
exactly. Then you
narco family to get out. You might be losing some limbs, man.
exactly. You might be better off just saying, all right, Molly, it's time to pack it up. We're out of here.
I
You
don't
guys can
mess with
keep the
nobody
TV.
that chops off limbs, man. I'm scared of anybody that chops off limbs.
No, but like, basically that's it. Like, you don't know who you're bringing in, and they expect you to change your life for it. No, I'm not really with that.
And take
I'm
care
all
of
for
them,
helping
right?
people. Yeah, I'm all for helping people, but like, I'll give the homeless guy. I'm driving around Boston all the time, and there's this one area, Mass and Cass, that they shoot up in the open. They drug deals right in front of the
Yeah.
cops.
Yeah, you were telling me
Like,
about that. Yeah.
and like they, they're all homeless. Like, so they're walking around, and like, I mean, I don't usually have cash or change on me, so I'm usually giving them a water
Yeah.
bottle or an apple or something out of my lunchbox.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I do. I'm not into really giving money to people that are just going to use it to go die. You
I
know?
don't either. You always got the homeless guy that talks to himself and picks up trash. That's the guy that needs help. He's
Yep.
not on drugs. He's not on drugs or nothing. He's just his mind is balanced. But then like when you try to get, like if they ask for money and they say they're hungry, you try to tell them you're buying food, they don't never want it.
Exactly.
So,
Those are the ones that I'm like, all right.
and I don't know if you heard Michael Jordan's stance on this.
No.
If you can say, if you can hold your hand out and if you can hold up a sign and you can sit out there and beg for money, you can get a job. You can fill
For
out an
sure.
application. You can fill out an application and all these things. So, and Michael Jordan, he's a freaking billionaire. He's just like, nah, man. Some people do need help, but a lot of people they use it as a crutch, man. I think society is really getting weak-minded, man. They're really getting sensitive. They're
For
using
sure.
this victimhood a little too much. Everybody's a victim nowadays of something, man. My father committed suicide. I'm not crying and complaining about nothing in life. I never had a father. You know what I'm saying? My mother sold me out for another man. At some point, you got to make choices in your life. You got to, once you leave the nest, you got to decide what kind of man or woman you want to be in life. You know what I'm saying? At some point,
For sure.
And we all make mistakes. And, you said the alcohol thing before. I mean, and we've all had things that we're not proud of in the past.
Yeah.
Like I said before on the phone, it's not about the first mistakes we judge people off of. It's those second and them third mistakes. They keep doing it over and over again. You keep telling them like, yo, dude, that ain't the way. Maybe you should do this and not that. And they don't want to listen. And you got to kind of let them go on their own way, man. You can't help everybody, man.
No, I agree. I mean, I've seen that
everybody.
firsthand, I've seen it good, and good and bad the same way,
Yeah. Yeah.
You try to tell somebody, you just try to help somebody out, and I don't know.
You only help so much before
Exactly.
you got to be like, this.
They got to
not
want to
good,
help
no.
themselves too.
Yeah. Yeah. New projects. What you got? Any albums, singles coming out?
So in March, I dropped 29 days since yesterday, so we're still kind of running with that a little bit. I just dropped a new single at the end of July 21st, called "Thinking About It." That one, that's actually kind of like that's the newest, obviously the newest single that I've done. But that's kind of like an eye opener into what I'm kind of going for now, as far as style wise and everything. I added a bridge in there. I never did a bridge before in my life. So, like I'm trying to make full songs now. So this, thinking about it, we got a music video. My boy Smokescreen Visuals. He shot it with our boy Jay. We call him Jay Razor.
Jay Razor.
But
Okay.
they shot it together. So that video should be out in the next couple weeks. I got this other record, Bounce. but I'm working on a project now. Probably, let's see. I got 3 or 4 more joints left to record for it. A couple of them are already recorded. I need a couple features done for them, so I'm just waiting to get those back. Those are. I don't have an album or a name for this new project that I'm working on yet. I was kind of originally the first album I was going to drop was going to be Hollywood East.
Okay.
Trying to show that I've changed. I'm not just that rapidy rapper anymore.
Yeah.
But that the first album, 29 Days Since Yesterday, it didn't have that Hollywood sound that I wanted.
Yeah.
And it was my first album that I put out since I stopped drinking. So the name 29 Days Since Yesterday actually came from because when you and I don't do AA. I did for a little while, but I don't do it anymore. But when you go to AA, you get your day chip. And, when I dropped the album, I was 3.5 years without a drink.
Uh-huh.
But when you go into sobriety, you don't think, oh, all right, I'm going for 3.5 years or whatever. You just think of that next
The
chip.
next day.
Well,
The
you
next chip.
you
The
think
next chip.
yeah. So the first
Okay.
chip's 24 hours. Second chip is 30 days.
Okay.
So the perspective of that album was, all right, you got
You
your
don't
day chip.
overextend the goal, basically. You just go your goal is basically extended off of every chip, and you don't try to shoot for past that and whatnot.
Exactly. And so I've thought about maybe this project might be Hollywood East. Maybe it will. I got the Hollywood East record on this that I'm working on for this album. So it might be Hollywood East. But either way, it probably won't be out till let's see, it's August now. Probably won't be out till like November or December, to be honest.
Okay.
Depends how quickly I get the features back, how quickly I can get in and finish the rest of these songs. And I want to get the promo right and everything. Need a couple of visualizers. I got a couple promo just
I can
straight.
send you a link where you can do free visualizers.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Like I
That would
don't
be
pay for visualizers no more. Like lyric
yeah.
videos is different. Well, actually, you could do lyric videos on there too, as long as you got the lyrics written out and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm old school. I'm a notebook, pen and notebook kind of guy. Sean makes fun of me. Everybody makes fun of me. They see me pull up and I got the notebook
Yeah.
out and everything. Then you can hear me flipping the pages in the middle of the verse.
Yeah, I just got used to doing writing on the notepads on the computer myself. I used to always write everything by hand. I got another question before we do your social medias.
Yeah.
Something I have a problem with old schoolers. Do you think people should make music to the day they die if they just really love to make music?
Yeah. I mean, if you
I
love
mean,
it,
you should. There's no reason, no excuse for nobody to not have access to be able to record music this day and age to the day you die, right?
yeah. No, I mean, I think if you love music and you love making music, then yeah, you can do it
I mean,
till the day
even
you
if it's
die.
just doing it at the home studio, there's really no excuse, right?
Yeah, I mean, I use it as like part of it is therapy for me.
Yeah. So old
Like,
schoolers don't really got an excuse of why they're still not making music, right? Except that they just probably don't truly love it as much as they said, I would say.
maybe that's part of it. Because now the way you frame that question,
Yeah.
now I'm kind of thinking of like, you know, I'm kind of thinking. I mean, Melly Mel just fucking dropped that an Eminem diss or something.
But he didn't do that because he loved music.
No.
I
But
think he's
like,
just clout chasing right now. I think he's just, because these cats, they are like the original cats act like everybody underneath that came after them should be paying them reparations.
yeah,
Like they should be not just paying them homage, but they should be paying them money.
yeah.
Just because they might have invented something that we still technically don't know Like you still got Bohemian Rhapsody. You still got songs that were like super early in the game that, a lot of people, the Fatback Band,
So like,
it's still
you know,
questionable. Like who was the very first rap song?
yeah. But like, I
And
think
rhyming was
everybody.
around before rap. Rhyming was around before rap.
Oh yeah, nursery rhymes been around
Yeah, it's been
forever.
around way before. Yeah, it's been around like the actual rhyming has been around forever. You know.
Um, but like even like when we were talking before, and you brought up the DOC, like
Yeah. He did the
that
album
dude,
with a messed up voice. Yeah.
yeah, like that. I'm not I'm not questioning whether that dude loves
Why?
music.
Yeah, me neither. Why else would you do that album? Your voice is fucked up. I mean, the album sounded terrible. It sounded terrible because it's his voice. It was just, he had a car accident, fucked up his vocal box, but that's the thing. Like, what excuse can you give me when DOC drops this album with no voice?
Exactly. Like I think if you love music, you're gonna make
You
it
love it.
until the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Um,
DOC's still nice with the pen, though. He's still nice with the pen. He's still writing Dr. Dre rhymes and stuff like that as well.
exactly.
You
So
know?
like even I mean some people might not be able like him for example might not be able to record it anymore, but he's still going
Yeah.
with it. You
Yeah.
know, as long as you do it for the right reasons, and you do it for the love, like I think you can keep going till the day you die. I mean, nobody's gonna want to listen to a 90-year-old rapper. I don't think. Some people might. It would
Very
probably be
few, a
cool.
very small few. We debate about this, like the crowd, but this is the thing. I would argue that like when you just get to this point where you just stop making music for so long, that's the biggest problem of it. That you can't expect nobody to. How do you know? Like Tribe Called Quest waited 20 years to drop an album. They went gold.
Yeah,
They went gold 20 years later. So there was still well over 500,000, consumers willing to go listen to the album 20 years later, but if you don't even put it out there, how do you know?
exactly.
These
No, and
cats
that's.
they just totally like, oh, I'm done, man.
I think.
I'm just gonna tour my old music forever and ever and ever. Nobody want to go watch the same old tour with the same old songs over and over. I don't care what artist it is.
Well, now there was, but as we're saying that, right? And this isn't rap music, but like I'm thinking about it. Aerosmith's going on their final tour. Everyone goes on their final tour for fucking like 5 years, but like Aerosmith, they've been around for a long time, and
Yeah,
like they're not making new music. They're
it's
still
different for rock
performing.
bands. It's different for rock bands though,
Uh,
because
well,
because rock bands have always been able to tour off of cover music, something that hip hop hasn't.
that's true.
You know, you could
But like
just
they
me and
put,
you could put a band together and we could go do Metallica music. We could do whatever. We could cover band and we could tour that for the rest of our lives. We don't even
but
gotta
they,
make our own music.
but how they're still doing music is they're 70, 80 years old. Mick Jagger out there. Well, how old's Mick Jagger? He's
Well,
still
that's the
out there.
thing. Okay, if they're still selling out their tours and there's old people going to see their tours, how does hip hop know that these people really won't go out to see them? See, I think the problem with hip hop is they shoot for too big of venues. Like the old
Yeah,
schoolers, they're trying to sell out coliseums. You're not selling out coliseums no more.
yeah. Like
It's smaller venues now. It's kind of like we were
exactly.
talking about Joe Buttons. You're at the 500 to 150 range. You're not really selling out 1,000 or more.
No.
1,000.
Um,
It's not easy to put 1,000 people to buy a ticket to a show, man.
oh no. And
Unless that artist is super duper popping.
well, I
Or
was
they
gonna
just
say, I
got
think
this diehard fan base like Tech Nine or something.
well, when you got these artists that they have this peak that's up here. I
Yeah.
feel like they get they get demoralized when they try to do something else, and then they realize, well, I ain't at this peak anymore. I'm down here now.
Well, that's the wrong
And then
word to use, though. They using that word demoralized.
that's what I'm
But
saying.
it's just their ego. It's just their ego getting in place, thinking they still worth a certain amount. When
exactly.
after time, you were getting 100,000 a show, but now you're only getting maybe 10 or 20.
Yeah, and but that's part of the game too, because that's when you got the new blood coming in. I mean, that being said, that 50 Cent show where I seen him, bro, I never seen so many people at that show. Yeah,
50 Cent selling it out everywhere he goes.
He sold 1 million tickets for that.
He's selling it anywhere he goes. 50's selling out anywhere he goes.
Exactly. He can.
I don't care.
And this is supposedly 50's last tour too, the final lap tour. But that's what they always say. So then you buy the tickets.
Yeah. It's marketing
3
strategy.
years later.
Marketing strategy. Yeah.
Exactly. 3 years. I mean, that's what Aerosmith does. I think Metallica did that too. Rolling Stones did it. Oh, it's our last tour. Oh, 3 years later, we're coming back around again. Oh, then we're coming back around again. Now there's 70.
I got one more question before we go, man. The disconnect in the old school and the new school. Will it ever get back, do you think? You think it's done? It's over with? It's a bridge that's been burnt totally?
Well, I think part of the issue, how we were saying there's all these different, as people classify subgenres of hip hop, whether we classify them as it or not. It's changed so much since even, I mean, think about it. I was watching Tupac Resurrection. They talk about when Tupac used to go in the studio, and instead of having a mix, he'd just keep going. He'd make 10,
He would just
10, 11,
nonstop.
12 songs.
Yeah, he was
now it's, you got the studio at your house. You can make the song whenever you want, and it's microwave music. It's let's get it out, pump it out as quick as we can. Boom, boom, boom. Get it mixed, make it sound like this. Boom. I think the sounds and the mixing, it's obviously come a long way. And that's technology. That's all this, but I think there'll always be that little bit of disconnect, even if it comes closer. I just think I mean, it's kind of like the old school football players, those quarterbacks, if these quarterbacks nowadays played in our day, they wouldn't survive, because so much shit's changed, so much is different.
But what they haven't done, though, see, I'm glad you brought that up, because Ed Lovers blames the old school for this. What they didn't do is say that the new people were trash. They didn't say they were trash. They just said they wouldn't be able to hang in our era.
Yeah.
Old school cats are just blatantly like, oh, these new school cats, they're just trash. They're just terrible and awful. And now it's up to them to come on an olive branch. Because when you just sit there and shit talk these young cats, fuck you, old heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you, old heads, just shit talking us for no fucking reason. We wasn't shit talking. It wasn't like the new era started shit talking the old school era. It was the old school era started shit talking the new era. And they heard it. They heard it loud and clear, front and center. Like, fuck these old head motherfuckers. We don't even need them anyways.
Yeah.
They don't need them anyways. And now you got Ed Lover like, yo, these old school cats, they shit talked them, they put them down, they didn't try to find anything to respect about them. They didn't go like me. I'll say, hey, I don't like NBA Youngboy's music, but he's second most streamed behind Drake.
Yeah.
Whether how dumb his music sounds, he's a smart motherfucker. He got something figured out that everybody else ain't got figured out. Because, like you said, they pumping it out like crazy because 100,000 songs a day, you got to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Got to.
You get
Unless
lost.
you got a enormous marketing budget, or you just stand out like, oh boy, need a cockroach, Tyler the Creator, or you wearing a diaper like the baby in South by Southwest, grown man wearing a diaper, it's hard to stand out with 100,000 songs per day. You go to my website. That's at the top of my website. Over 100,000, because I'm trying to embed it in their head, man. 700,000 songs per day.
And that's
You
crazy.
can't
Like,
just stand out by just making music alone, unless you make
no.
a shit ton of it, either
Yeah,
more than
let's
anybody else.
and like even like NBA YoungBoy, because he puts out a new song
That's what
almost
I'm
every
talking about.
day.
NBA YoungBoy, he did the same thing. Russ did the same thing NBA YoungBoy did. And
Yep.
think about it. It works for both of them. It worked for
Well,
Russ because he put out good quality music every time. And it works for NBA YoungBoy because he just puts out one every single week and he's so popping, he stays on the trending page. By the time the other one's fizzling out of trending, the new one's fizzling in.
exactly. Even like what the hell?
And it's not like NBA, it's not like 10 years from now, we're gonna be like, you remember that NBA YoungBoy song?
Yeah, it's
Nobody's
not so
gonna be saying it. So it doesn't
no.
matter. It doesn't matter really, because it's
Even
like
like well,
it's
even like
really about right now for most of these cats, because they're not gonna be like LL Cool J's and Jay-Z's and Eminem's and Lil Wayne's and Drake's and J. Cole's and Kendrick's. They're not gonna have this longevity. You know, we've said Kendrick, Cole, and Drake last 10 years, top 3, right?
Oh yeah, hands down.
And Drake has put out a shit ton of music, but he ain't putting out a song every single week like NBA YoungBoy, and he's still the most streamed dude in the planet. J. Cole has put out a lot less music than Drake.
Either one of them.
And Kendrick has put out only 2 freaking albums.
2 albums.
And they consider him the GOAT.
And
so it's still the best artists are still the top artists. It's just not a lot of them. It's not the lot of them, you know, but we still dominate. Substance dominates, you know, the non-gangbang, I'm not necessarily selling drugs. I'm not necessarily degrading bitches all the time. That music still dictates the type of hip hop, you know.
Oh, exactly.
It still dictates it. It's just everybody else is just doing all the other bullshit.
Yeah. And like even another one that I mean, he's in jail now, so but fucking Tory Lanez, dude.
I like Tory Lanez. I'm a Tory Lanez fan.
Yeah, and like, but he had the whole, and it wasn't a gimmick or anything, but he had the whole. He was on Twitch, and he'd be in the studio, and you know he's got everyone commenting, and all right, send me a beat, I'll pick a random beat, and he'd pick a beat, and then he's like, all right, what do you guys want me to name this song? And somebody picks a name, and then he fucking goes in and he records the song, like, and that's just another marketing thing.
Yeah,
but he was also pumping music out, you know, constantly.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, I mean, he gets his audience involved with it, so they feel like they own a piece of it. So that's another marketing strategy.
They actually do nowadays because he did the NFT.
Exactly. One of my boys,
1 million copies in like 5 minutes, dude.
One of my boys, he got the NFT.
Got one? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you can turn around and sell them for whatever you want to sell them for. You can sell them $10 a pop, $50 a pop, $100 a pop, because they're all limited edition. And that's what I'm trying to say. Music needs to go to, at least hip hop, more exclusivity. You know, limited copies.
For sure.
You can only go to this one spot and get it. Not 100 people getting cuts, because if you got 100 people, your distributors send your music to 100 different people, and if you're Drake, every one of those platforms are making money off of you.
Oh, for sure.
And that's just too many. That's too many people making money off of you, man.
Yeah.
And then you get a small percentage as an artist. Artists got, what was it? Of the whole pie, the whole major label pie. Labels got all but 17%. Artists got 17% of the whole pie. The whole streaming pie, all put into one pie. Artists got 17%, and everybody, labels and everybody else got, what is that left over? 83%.
Yeah, that ain't fucking right.
That ain't right.
No.
And if you got a certain fan base, if you're Drake, you could go exclusive.
Oh, for
They just
sure.
don't want. They just don't want to. They don't want the headache. They don't want to have to do the work.
But if they
They want
did it, then
somebody else
everyone
to
else sees
always
it.
have to do the work.
Exactly. I mean, even like I know a bunch of people that throw their music up on Bandcamp, and that's where they,
Oh yeah, Bandcamp.
band.
I know a chick that makes $100,000 a year off of Bandcamp.
Yeah, and like that's a fire website, but like everybody that I know that uses it, no offense to them. I mean, they might make some money off of it, but at the same time, a week or two later, they go and put the shit out everywhere else.
Oh
So
yeah,
you ain't,
you mess it up. Yeah,
you
they just
they
try to
fuck themselves
basically
then.
do it exclusively at first on there, and then they throw it to the stream. No, Bandcamp is made for exclusivity. It's made
Yeah,
for you just go here and here only, and not
exactly.
everywhere else. The heavy metal chick makes $100,000 a year. You wonder how many times she performs a year?
I was gonna say probably less than 10.
Zero.
Wow.
Zero. She's a family. She's all about family. Her husband quit the job. She's paying all the bills through her, and she teaches people how to make $100,000 a year. She uses Facebook and Bandcamp.
No shit. I mean,
Yeah.
my boy just got me. I mean, I should know this stuff a little better, but I'm not. I'm not totally computer literate all the time. But my boy just got me hooked up, so that now my personal Facebook page is I can monetize it. So
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
like
Well, Twitter's you can monetize Twitter now too. Elon's doing Twitter
yep,
now as well.
and like that's that's sick. I mean, my boy who showed me can make $30,000 a month off of his Facebook.
And you know
So
what?
like,
That's what it's about. Because this is the thing. Unless you're NBA YoungBoy dropping a song every week, most artists are not dropping enough content when they're just dropping music.
exactly.
So when you
I try to
monetize your page, it's all about all the other content. You out going to get something to eat. Oh, I'm about to eat this new infused marijuana chicken. Let's video this.
exactly.
Eating something I never ate before, Indian food or whatever. Or I'm writing a rhyme in the studio, or freestyling to a beat, or live performance, or
I mean,
word
even
of
my shit.
wisdom for the day, driving down the street, going to the store. Yo, you gotta reality TV yourself nowadays. You gotta
Exactly.
like put it out
Even
there, man.
like I'll do because I don't have a studio at home to record at. So what I do as far as my content, I'll either do me talking. I usually do a little motivational thing after I hit the gym in the morning.
That's workout stuff. Yeah, workout stuff is always great.
I'll do that. I clean drains for my day job is cleaning drains. So not everyone always sees that. Not that you want to see it all the time because it's clogged toilets
it's
and
content, man, dude. You'll be amazed at the content people will want to see, man.
oh yeah. I mean, I make a little reel out of 3 or 4 different videos from a
Yeah,
couple different jobs. Boom, you get 1,000 views right. I mean, I just put something out on TikTok 2 hours ago. I already got a couple
yeah.
thousand views. So like, and I don't really fuck with TikTok like that, but I'm like, you know
Fuck
what?
with it. Fuck with it. No, fuck with
Well,
it. Let me.
I'm like, yo, everyone, one of my best friends, I mean, granted, it's his baby and stuff, but like, he put up a video of his son letting one of them purple balloons go because my buddy's my buddy's baby mama's sister passed away from addiction and stuff. So the video was literally just his son letting the balloon go and saying, "Love you, auntie," and fucking got like 2 million views.
No, dude,
And
I
I'm
had 100 followers. Like, let me tell you this TikTok story real quick. My homie was like, "Yo, we gotta learn TikTok." When he says we gotta learn TikTok, he means me.
yep,
He means me. So I'm like, "Yo," I go to it. I'm like, "TikTok." Nah, I'll come back. Like, this TikTok, that's some kiddie shit. I don't know about this TikTok is kiddie. He was like TikTok and Triller, TikTok and Triller. We didn't really fuck with Triller because Triller didn't really hit like TikTok. So I'm like, nah, this is some kiddie stuff. And I'm telling you, man, TikTok Triller, TikTok Triller. I'm like, all right, man, if you say so, you say so. So I do this video. All I did was do a duet of a video that was supposed to be like a UFO video. Had 100 followers, 70,000 views, and like that. And that's what I was like.
It's crazy. Yo, it's crazy.
This is something different. And this is what I found out about TikTok. This is what makes TikTok so different than every other social media platform. It's the only social media platform you can't bot every single aspect. You go to Instagram, you could bot the followers, you could bot the likes, you could bot the comments. You can't bot the dance challenges on TikTok. You can't bot an actual real person dancing to your joint.
Exactly.
You know? And that's the thing. You can't bot the duets when an actual real person is like, oh, I'm going to duet this joint. You know, that's the thing. It was the first platform that was like, you can't bot every single aspect of it.
No.
And that's when I knew. I was like, it's going to take over. And it literally passed up Google. I don't know if it still is, but it was getting more views than Google.com. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
And short form content is taking over. Like, even the songs got shorter. It used to be three verses, you know, and 3 hooks or 4 hooks sometimes. Now it's just 2 verses every single time now.
I mean, even Millie's just did the he just did the Stan remix. And that, I mean, he put out an extended version, but the first version he dropped was 1.5 minutes long.
Yeah, that's all. Everybody's going for short form content with everything, man. It ain't just the visuals, it's the music as well. And
even the verses aren't 16 bars anymore, they're 12.
Yeah, everything is shortening up, man. You know, that's why YouTube Shorts killing it, TikTok posts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels. That's the 4 main content to really just be creating every day. And all you got to do is, if you post it to TikTok, you just post it to all the other 3. Same thing, the other 3 as well, and then let it go that way. And you got content every single day. And that's the thing, man. Like, if you put content out every single day, people's timelines are blowing up. I got people be hitting me up like, man, you been killing my timeline, man, because I dropped my, you know, I got to get up and do the quote. I got to post a actual music content, podcast content. I like to do hip hop questions, like you know, like I might do one like best rapper out of Boston. I think I already did the best rapper out of Boston question, you know, and a lot of people like Guru or Big Shug or whoever. I try to do, you know, got a Dizzle content. You know, I try to do at least one piece of content for each brand that we got. You know what I'm saying? And my timeline keeps everybody flooded. And this is one thing you got to realize about social media. When you listen to podcasters, they always say 60% of y'all are not subscribed. They could have 1 million people watching, but 60% are not subscribed. So you never truly know who's watching.
Yeah.
You never really know who's truly paying attention, you know, until people are like, oh, yo, man, I've seen you here. I've seen you there. I've seen you there. You know, because now I go around town and people be like, yo, man, I see the podcast. I'm like, damn, that's the first day y'all bring it up, the podcast? I was like, so y'all are paying attention. Y'all watch it. Because every day, it's just, as long as you're every day, people they're gonna be constantly like, Easty here, Easty there, Easty here, Easty there. It doesn't matter what content you're creating. Just create the content, man. If it's your job content, if it's your dog, walking your dog. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, my dog got her on TikTok. She got her on Instagram. She got her on YouTube. She got a Twitter. She got the Facebook fan page. She got the works, and she get more traffic. She get more traffic than me.
People love dogs.
Let me see if I get my dog to come here. Puppy, come here. Gia.
Even
come here. You want a treat? Want a treat? Come here. She might come here if I tell her the treat. She might be in there being lazy though. She might be in there being lazy though. But
nap time.
I actually got my dog from Raekwon's cousin.
No shit. That's why.
Yeah, Raekwon's cousin. Yeah. I used to call her
Damn.
Hoop Up. She ain't trying to come. She being hard headed. She being
Well,
hard headed.
like
But
like you say about the content though, real quick. My
yeah.
boy, so my boy's name's Los. Um, he's like he used to rap. He can still rap. He's a
I'm
beast with
guessing
the
his
rap.
name was Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos.
Yeah, we just had a
Um,
guy named Carlos pass away from here. We called him Los. He was actually J. Cole's mentor.
oh wow. I'm sorry
Yeah,
for your loss too.
he actually got killed, man. Got shot and killed, man.
Wow.
Over an
Damn.
internet
I'm
dispute,
sorry.
man. And J. Cole actually paid for the send off too, man. It was the most amazing send off I've ever seen for somebody, man. It really
Damn.
was. But yeah, go ahead with the
Uh,
Los thing.
well, so Los now what he does, he doesn't really rap anymore. He makes custom rugs. Um,
Custom rugs.
yeah, like he just made Danny Trejo. You know Danny Trejo, the actor.
Yeah, like what kind of just like small rugs, like area rugs?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like small area rugs.
Oh, okay,
But like he'll
that's
take,
cool.
yeah, like he'll take your logo and dude, he does it with the gun. I watched him. He did it in my living room. He puts the threads in. He puts the glue on. He puts the backing
Might
on.
have to holler at you. I might need a Paul Pickett podcast area rug or something here. You know,
Yo, bro, my
we
man.
might need a Dizzle brand. We got the liquor. We might need a Dizzle brand rug or something. That sounds interesting. I like that. That sounds cool.
Hell yeah. But so like, how about the content, right? Like,
Yeah.
so Los actually came with us to the 50 Cent show, and one of my boys who never met him before, but you know he's seen him on Facebook and stuff. He fucking walks right up to him. He's like, "Hey, you know, you don't know me, but I follow you. I've seen the rugs and everything." And Los was kind of like, "Fucking random kid from a rich ass town in Massachusetts." You know, not like he was confused that he knew who he was, but he
Yeah.
was like, "Damn, like I got reach," kind of. You
Yeah.
know, he's
No,
like, "I
yeah.
wasn't
Small world with the internet, man. Small world with the internet.
for real." I
I
mean,
remember you were talking about MySpace earlier. I basically got on through MySpace, and I remember a time when you could just be like, message Diamond D, the great Diamond D. If you're listening, Diamond, message him and literally message you back with just the phone number, and you'd be like, "It's Diamond D's phone number. It's Diamond D's phone
yeah.
number." You're like, da 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 da. Yo, what's good? Da da da. You know, internet like shrunk this world down. Like I didn't
I
know
mean,
nobody famous until MySpace, and it was like, oh man, all these old schoolers are here. So let me hit up Sadat X. My mom talked to Sadat X before I ever did. I remember coming home.
wow.
She's like, this guy called. His name was Sadat X. I was like, Sadat X. Sadat X. She's like, I think that's it. I was like, oh shit. And he just
That's
got out of
wild.
jail. He just got out of jail, man. I mean, I got drops from all the old schoolers through MySpace. It was like the world was just shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. Now to the point I got Universal Records hating on me about my playlist and shit like that. You know, I got my man's, I ain't gonna say no names, but my man texted me who it was like yo, Universal talking shit about you. And they actually said they do promo from you. I was like, so they pay me for promo and they talking shit about me. What kind of shit is that?
That's wild.
I was like,
That's
that's
fucking
crazy.
crazy.
I was like, that's crazy, man. That's so fucking
But
crazy.
yo, the internet is crazy though, because
Yeah.
like that that podcast that I was talking about before, Boston's Big Four. Um, we so I've come back for a couple episodes. I do the sports episodes with him, but we had Jarvis Green, who was a defensive lineman for the Patriots. But
Okay.
then here's a big one. Like 6 months ago, we did a fucking interview with Corey Dillon,
Oh
clock
yeah, yeah. The
killing
running
Corey
back. The running
Dillon.
back. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, and like I grew up. I was
Yeah,
11 years old when he signed with the Patriots. 12 years
yeah.
old. Like he fucking. I'm like, I'm never gonna talk to Corey Dillon in my life. Boom. I had the same setup. We were fucking talking to him for like an hour and a half, and he was like the coolest fucking dude. Now he follows me. I drop new music. He's liking the page. He's liking the post. Um, even like so my I know we're kind of we're pushing it long, but my relationship with Chino XL,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's
like
right. You did a song with him. Yeah. Chino still got it though.
yo, Chino's a beast.
Yeah, yeah.
But like So I used to, I mean, I still do every once in a while, but I used to rock with this group called Grind Mode Cypher.
Uh,
Well, Grind Mode's a group, but they put out ciphers. And I did a feature cipher that had Chino XL on it.
okay.
And so, you know, we went down to Providence. We met him down there. We shoot these videos, and I had a line. So when my boy put it all together, my verse was right before Chino came on, and I had made one of my lines was uh, something something about the Mamba. I strike like Kobe in his last game, and the end of Chino's verse, he said something about Derek Jeter's last at bat,
Okay.
and after we filmed the cipher, like I'm just this little fucking Chino's big fucking dude, and
Yeah. He always been hitting the weights way back in the day.
yeah, and like he goes, we finished shooting it, and he's like, "Yo, I need to talk to my man right here down in front," and I'm like, "All right," and he's like, "Yo, I just got to tell you," he's like, "You shouted out my boy Kobe." He goes, "You, that's why I put the Derek Jeter line in there." He goes, "I went back and put that in after I heard your Kobe line,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yo," and you can actually in the video. When I say the Kobe line, he fucking like grabs me, comes on top of me, and like says the line with me. So it looked fire. And then, so you know, I had hit up. I was messaging with him on Instagram, I think it was, and you know, I was like, I want to do a song with you, like an actual song, because you know that meant something to me when he said that. You know, I helped inspire him to finish, like to put that line in there. And you know, and I feel bad about this because like Chino, he's a fucking good dude, man. Like he had every reason in the world to tell me to fuck off. Because like I don't know, I had an ex at the time. I was with her when we shot the video, and I'm pretty sure she was like getting in his inbox and shit like that. So I was kind of mad about it. I thought it was his fault. But then I was like, then the girl ended up cheating on me later down the line. So I was like, oh, you know what? It's this bitch. It ain't him. So
Yeah.
that's when we talk about the collab and everything. And this is where he had every reason to tell me to fuck off. I I had, you know, I paid him for the verse, and it was a discounted verse, and he, I don't know if he said he sent it or what, um, but I kept checking my email, and I at the time I had two different emails or three different emails. So I kept checking two of them, and they were the two that I used. The other one that I had, I didn't really use. So for years, like 2 years go by, and I'm like, bro, where's my fucking verse, bro? Like, I want my money
Yeah.
back if you ain't gonna send me my verse. And then finally, he was like, because he was going through his own personal shit. His daughter got married. He told me he had some shit going on, like health wise. I'm not putting his business out there, but I know he had some shit going on.
Yeah.
And I was over here fucking the whole country away, being like, "Where's my fucking money? Where's my money?"
Yeah.
And then he's finally like, "Bro, I sent it to your email," and I was like, "What email?" And so 3 years later, here I am. I open this old email up. There's the fucking verse right there, bro. And I'm like, "Yo, fuck!" And the crazy part about that is that song, bro. That song should have been even like, "All right, good girl." I know. But it should have been. Not that it's not a big song. Um, but I was supposed to have Ren Thomas on that song too.
Okay.
Um,
So
and
you
I
thought he
had
was
to.
doing the okey doke on you because there is a lot of that going on in the industry where people paying for features and they get jerked over. I had a
Oh yeah,
homie, he had a situation where, and I'm gonna go ahead and call out the name on this one. My homie paid Chi King from Brooklyn
okay,
Zoo, who we met in Chicago when we did a show with Flip Mode, because I used to did a couple shows for Rampage and Digger. We did one in Fayetteville, and we took them to Illinois State University. The show didn't go through, but we ended up chilling in a hotel. But Chi King had a song where it was him and your boy from Onyx, Fredro Starr, on it.
Yep.
And my guy paid to be on the song. Chi King goes releases the song, and my guy's not on it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a lot of that shady stuff going on in the industry. You thought he did. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
would never think that Chino XL would. He never took me like a cat that would do shady business away. So you had a song sitting in there for 3 years, and you cussing them
I
out.
didn't even know. I didn't even know I had the song. And then I was like, so I look and I'm like, bro, I'm like, I hit him up and I'm like, bro, I'm so sorry, man. Like, I didn't mean to be a dick. I just didn't know. Like, I never knew you sent it. He's like, my producer, my engineer sent it.
Yeah,
But it was the email that was linked to my PayPal account.
yeah.
So that's where he got it from. And I haven't opened that email in a handful of years.
Damn, you know
But
what fucked you on that? Is you wasn't
PayPal.
able to get the cosign. Did he? Now, when you ended up putting it out, did he still cosign it on social media or anything of that nature?
Oh, yeah. He
Okay,
shared
see
it.
that's that. Yeah, that's see that's good. That's how
Oh,
that just shows you how straight up of a person he was. Because, like you said, he could have been like, "Fuck you," you know. You've been cussing me out for 3 years. You don't have this song, and he still co-signs it. That's better than what I got. I paid for a feature with Phantasm of Cellar Dwellers, tag him in the song. He ain't even like the post, reshare it, or nothing, man.
that's wild. Like, so he fucking, like, Chino is the fucking
Sound like a
man,
straight up
bro.
dude. Yeah, sound like a straight up dude. Yeah.
Yo, I talk to him fucking, I don't know, once a week, like just chopping it up.
Yeah.
Like when my girl left me, I was talking to him because I was actually going to be going out to LA. So I was like, yo, I'm going to be on your coast.
Yeah.
I'm like, you trying to, so he was like, yo, when you come to LA, hit me up. We'll fucking get together. I'm like, we don't even have to get in the studio. He's like, we'll get in the studio if you want. Like, bro, he likes, bro, I'll post a picture of my dog. He's right there, fucking liking the post. He's like one of the realest motherfuckers. That dude will always have a place in my heart.
I've
For real.
learned to not treat these people like gods. Like I've met,
No,
I've done songs with Lady Luck. She's come to my house before. Smooth the Hustle, me and him used to talk all the time. Crazy Drazy from Das Effects. I was supposed to do an interview with Prince Poe until he got a little egotistical on me. Like all these old schools, I don't treat none of these people like gods. You just treat them like regular people, man. And I think they appreciate it more. You know what I'm saying? When you just treat them like, because they're just regular people that are just more famous than us and possibly have more money, man. That's all it is.
exactly. And like,
But some people, they treat them like they're gods and throw them on pedestals and get the groupie mode. And I think I did that one time early, and I started realizing, oh, these are just regular people, man. They're just
even like,
they're just
you're
regular
like, yo,
people.
when LeBron signed with the Lakers,
Yeah.
fucking fucking Chino hit me up and he was like, yo, I'm gonna be out in Boston in February for the Celtics Lakers game. So I was like, yo, I'll fucking buy tickets and I'll meet you in there. And we had like a whole plan, and then COVID happened. So
COVID messed up a lot of shit. COVID messed up street teams.
COVID messed up fucking
I don't
COVID
even know if the
messed up.
street team has still came back. I don't know if the street team has still came back to this day, because you still got. I just reacted to a video where the lady wants to rent out the whole theater to watch Barbie because she's still scared of COVID.
That's crazy.
And it's like, yo, I thought we were past this by now, man. Like being scared of COVID, man. Like, come on, man.
I mean,
There's still people out there that's batshit crazy, still scared over it. They still out there with their mask super heavy. She's like, you can't bring kids, you can't scratch your nose, you can't drink no drinks, you can't eat no food. Like, bitch, you more than scared. You terrified. You are stay home. Stay home if you're that terrified. And there's people that still, they're gonna be like, if you go to hand them a flyer, they're gonna look at you like you're an alien or something. I'm scared of COVID still.
Like I'm just getting over COVID. I feel fine. Like I'm not scared of it. I fucking was working. I wasn't wearing a mask. I probably got it at work. I don't know. But like,
no, you got it. You got it at work.
Yeah, like because I,
I know you got it at work. I can tell you, I know you got it at work. I ain't been sick in 5 years, and I work alone, and all I got is a dog. You ain't get it from your dog at home. I can tell you that much.
Exactly, and like
you got it at work. It's the only two places you get sick: at home with somebody that lives with you, or at work, because those are when you're around people for long periods of time. So you can't get it from just going in a grocery store in and out, or going to the convenience store in and out. You're not getting it off of the credit card machines and none of that. That's bogus, man. You
Exactly.
know?
And like fucking, you know, I mean, I was sick for the first day on Friday. Felt fine since. I mean, I have to stay home for the
That's because the
fucking isolation.
politics. That's because the politics behind it.
Exactly. I mean, hell, I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't mind the little vacation from work, but like,
Yeah.
you know, I actually used it to fucking do more shit to try to figure out how, like, monetizing my Facebook. I was trying to
Yeah.
figure out different ways I can make money. Because I'm like, now I'm out of work for a week. You know, I mean, granted, it was over the weekend, so I didn't really lose much money. And I got paid time off, so I can use some of that. But like, I was like, well, fuck it. I feel good. I'm just gonna fucking, you know, I'm looking for either
Let them
side
play
jobs,
politics. Let them play politics, and you're gonna have time to get some shit caught up.
exactly, write some
Yeah.
music. I did a little bit of everything, you know, everything that I could do in the confines of my house.
Yeah.
You know, I've been thinking for a little while now about starting my own business. Just haven't totally figured out exactly what that business is going to be, but like, you know, I'm doing research into these different things that I'm interested in to see how I can do my own thing with it. You know, so like, even though I'm isolated, I'm still over here, you know, being productive one way or another, making the
Yeah.
most out of everything that I can get my hands on, really.
Yeah.
You know, I'm big into fantasy football. You might be seeing an Easty The Muscle fantasy football show. Who
Okay.
knows?
No, that's I
Like what?
mean that's sports. Like, cause I don't talk just music. I do music, sports, politics, anything. I'm willing to talk anything. Sports is definitely a good thing. Gaming. I don't know if you be in gaming, but gamers are making a shit ton of money. Come here, puppy. Come here.
I got This is how big into gaming I am. I still play my
Come on.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah, this is my little one right
Uh,
here. Say hey. Say hey to the fans.
what's up?
Oh, we almost lost you. You're good though. Yeah, that's my little one though. Of course, she's gonna do like yours, lick me down.
What's her name?
Gia, her name's Gia.
Gia.
Yeah, it was the
GIA.
name she already. Yeah, GIA. It was the name she already had. I just kind of stayed with it. You know, the guy that
That
was Ray. He's Raekwon's cousin. He used to do security for Ray, and he basically my roommate had a dog already over here at the time, and then he brought the dog over because he had a bunch of pups. It was trying to get rid of her, and as soon as she walked up to me, I was like, "Yeah, I'll
oh
take
hell
care
yeah.
of her. I'll take care of her." So, I've
That
had her for about a decade or whatnot. So definitely, my clothing line is called New Litter Apparel. It's based on dog lovers. All my T-shirts are pictures of dogs and stuff like that. You know.
no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Matt.
because my rap group was called New Litter, which was New Litter, the new breed. So it was always open up for just change and something new. And then when we wasn't really doing much with the record label, I just still want to use the name. I was like, so I just turned it into apparel. And now it's not just a dog apparel, it's a cat apparel too, because cats got litters too. And I can't discriminate the cat lovers as well.
Yeah.
And I like
There's a lot
animals
of
in
cat
general,
lovers.
though. I like animals in general. I'm a laws of nature guy. I don't believe in man's religions and, like anything that doesn't align with the laws of nature, it to me is unnatural. It's just
Yeah.
man trying to just play God and play whatever. But
I feel that.
we're about 2 hours in, man. And I'm gonna have to split the video up. Let's get into your social media links, man.
All
Shout
right.
out your social media links.
So everywhere, Easty The Muscle. At Easty The Muscle. EASTYTHE
Okay. So is it easier for
Muscle.
people to just Google you?
I mean, I got a link tree.
Okay, I'm gonna
I got
put that in the description of the podcast as well.
Yeah, so everything's on the link tree. I got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Um, let's see. I'm on all the streaming platforms.
You know they
Where
got
else? I got a
threads
YouTube.
now. You might need to create a threads account. They got threads now too.
I know my boy actually just posted something. He's like, he goes, what happened to that threads? What did he say? What happened to threads? He goes, it was cool for like a week or something like that. But I mean,
It'll hit back. It'll hit back though. That's the
yeah,
thing.
it's so I definitely got to get on there. I'm on YouTube's the only one that's not Easty the Muscle. That's Easty Music.
Easty music.
EASTY
Okay,
music.
and I'm gonna
But
tag you.
that's
I'll
on
tag you in the YouTube video as well. I'll try to tag you in all the Twitter, the Facebook, YouTube. I don't really do on TikTok though. I don't stream to TikTok though. So
yeah, no, I appreciate it
but I'll
all.
definitely try to tag you in all the posts that I do. We'll be on Rumble, BitChute,
Let me I just want to make sure I'm
Spotify,
not
Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, and Player FM is where this interview is gonna go. So
hell yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I just double checked on my page right here. Yeah, it's at Easty Music on
Easty
YouTube.
music. Okay.
But everywhere else is at Easty the Muscle. And Mass Made at Mass Made Media. That's our crew. So there's 4 of us. Sean's the boss. And it's me, my boy CXP, and Anasan Klang. So I'm the eldest statesman of the group. I'm the old man in the group.
Okay.
But we all do our own solo stuff. We're putting together the Mass Made album right now. That's going to have all of us on it. You can catch me looking most of the time. Instagram's where I'm usually at, but I try to stay up. Yeah, Twitter too. And then I run a fantasy football league on Sleeper. Anybody trying to get waxed in some fantasy football, hit me up. I'm Easty the Muscle there too. Pretty much everywhere besides YouTube, I'm Easty the Muscle. And I'm just out here, bro. Just trying to.
And before we go, anything you want to say except besides Yankee sucks?
I want to shout you out, Paul. All your help.
I appreciate it.
Having me on. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
I've only really done a couple. I used to run my own podcast, but I've really only been on a couple as a guest. So it's cool to be on the other side.
And like I told Sean, you can come back on if you got like future projects or something you want to, specifically talk about or whatnot. Who knows? You might write a book. I mean, everybody's writing books nowadays, so they're promoting books. So
yeah, no, I mean, I don't like to keep myself stuck in a box.
Yeah.
I like to be a man of not a jack of all trades, but a man of many talents.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be back in touch. I'd definitely love to come back on. And can I just do my shout outs real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I got to shout out all the Mass Made, Sean Mikes, CXP, Anasan Klang. Shout out my boy Jack and Owen over at Boston's Big Four, the 2 of them. Shout out my boy Hush, Hush Harding. He's been instrumental in helping me grow, reach these new levels. Shout out to all my have-notters brothers, Pro, Nibs, JLB, rest in peace Chuck D's, my boy Tootie, who's down in North Carolina, the fucking GOAT, my boy Tootie. That's my man. I think he's probably one of the best rappers to come out of the South Shore. So shout out all my boys back home, and like I said before, fucking shout out to you, Paul. You're the man. I appreciate you.
Okay,
everything you do for us.
I got this video lined up. Guns for Sale. I'm gonna go ahead and play that as the outro. Is that cool with you?
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah! Shout out Jalen Brown.
Yeah, I normally try to play, like when I do the hip hop interviews, I try to play a music video at the end. Normally I have my own outro for the podcast, but I'll usually, when I do the interviews, I try to do the music video as an outro and whatnot. Let them hear the music for the artists that we actually interviewed and whatnot.
That's fire, dude. I love it. Hell yeah.
All right, so we about to get into it. Easty the Muscle, Guns for Sale. Shit.
Yeah, we did this. It was a
Here we
little
go, here we
promo
go.
before. This was a little promo before the album.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's go, Sean. Who? Yeah, you. Maz made in this motherfucker. Come on. Rock with me. Let's go. Who? I'm a hot shot, baby. Let the cotton ball sing. Calling me the GOAT, that's the god of all things. From the bottom, dog. This beast, the carnivore. Say they want the beef, but they don't want to start a war. This is mass made, baby. This is hip hop, baby. Came from last place, not a Kid Rock, baby. Bars with the bars, my name get rain silly. Putting Weymouth on my back, I claim my dang city. Contain this main illy. Never get locked down. Insane this flame litty when I give them this hot sound. This type of shit easy. This the light of Blick Wheezy. Pac gon' hit him up if you tryna diss Easty. I got him after me. Competition in back of me. After that kind of bag, FanDuel gave the McAfee. Cause I'm the one like he was with the Colts. And my shit electric, though, to hit like a boat. Yo, I used to keep the coke and weed locked in the top dresser. Fiends love me like that, it come the hot stepper. Say I fell off, I took a break and got better. Put the East in the beast, came back like Brock Lesnar. I'm still ill, give them that rhythm and raw. They say nobody's perfect, but I'm missing a flaw. Deeper when this shit, they only talking when I ain't around. It's mass made, baby, got the juice like I'm Jalen Brown. Motherfuckers, we been around, baby. It's mass made. It's too easy. Shout out my brother Shawn Mikes. Shout out CXP. It's all year, baby, 22. Let's go.
Easty The Muscle, Guns for Sale. Thank you for the interview, man. And
Thank you, brother.
Later, man. Peace. I'm out.
Peace, brother. Have a great
All
rest
right.
of your afternoon.
All right. Peace. You heard it. Easty The Muscle, Paul Pickett Podcast. Hope you enjoyed, and I'm out.